Mic check. Let me know if this thing comes out pretty clear. I didn't do a mic check today, so you guys got to let me know whether or not this is crackling. I don't think it is because it sounds pretty clear in the headphones. But I just want to drop a live stream today. It's only what 3:27. Today is April the 18th. But I just got off the phone with Chris, and today we were going to do the live stream. But I think his sister is coming to town, and he had something to do at 5 o'clock. So you know how we run our live streams pretty long. So we decided tomorrow we're going to do this 3 p.m. You will be talking with the CEO of Hum live and direct. You can ask whatever questions you want to ask. You know, I'll have the chat open. He's going to be on the stream. I'm not going to have anybody else on the stream with us, but he's going to kind of give you the breakdown of Hum, you know, everything. What up, NGB, my man up in Seattle? He's going to give you the breakdown of Hum, you know, why it even exists, why he came up with the idea, different things he's going to throw out there. A lot of questions he's seen already. He'd like to answer a lot of stuff, but I want to make sure that the people who want to ask questions can ask them. Now, this is the thing. What up, Poppy Suave? This is the thing. He's a Hum CEO. He's not Uber. He's not Lyft. So we're not going to sit up here and bash Uber all day or try to have him. You can do whatever you want to do in a live stream. I can care less. You can have whatever you want to have going down the chat, but you can't get him to bash another app. We can't get him to bash, you know, Uber or bash Lyft. We've got to keep it focused on Hum and what we talking about doing with this. Hum to Seattle, you got to ask him that tomorrow, man. You know, I don't work for Hum. I just work with Hum. I'm an independent contractor. So anything that's got to deal with Hum or whatever, you've got to kind of, you know, run it through the CEO. I don't want to speak for them because I don't know what their plans are, what they're doing. I just know they're trying to do something major here in Phoenix. And if we can get it right here, that should open up the door for other cities. If we can't even get it right on the foundation of it, it would make no sense to take it somewhere else. There's people always flying into Phoenix. You know, this guy Wendell, I picked him up from the airport the other day, but he lives in Arizona. So he flew in and I picked him up from the airport. I was his second Hum ride. His first Hum ride was Billy Proctor because he was like, hey, man, this dude came and picked me up in an Escalade, man. So people who are landing at the airport are using Hum to come pick them up. Not sure if we should be able to do that, but we're doing it anyways. If somebody says, hey, come pick me up, I'm picking them up no matter what. So I shot up there, picked up Wendell, got him home. We had a great conversation and everything. But what I wanted to do is make sure that when we do this live stream with Chris, we've got to keep it 100 with him. You know, y'all know how we are, man. We did 300. We got to ask the right questions. And it's not going to be, you know, softball pitching and all. No, we really going to ask him if you want to know something about this upcoming app. You've got to talk about it. You've got to ask about it. He may not know the intricacies of Uber, may not know the intricacies of Lyft. So somebody was in my comments yesterday and they were like, well, I want to know, you know, if Lyft this and that and compare it to this and that, compare. Well, that's for you to break down. I mean, if you know something about Hum, then you go research and you find something about Uber and Lyft. That means you got to do your homework. You got to get you a sheet of paper and an ink pen and write Hum and put a line up under it, write everything down, write Uber, put a line under it, write everything for Uber down, and you do your comparative. But you can't have somebody at one company do your homework for you. We're too high level for that shit. If there's something you want to know as a comparative basis, that's for you to do. You can ask all the questions you want to ask to the Uber people. Ask all the questions you want to ask to the Lyft people. Ask all the questions you want to ask to the Hum people. Put all that shit on your own sheet of paper and you do your comparative homework. But we got a lot of people out there who are mentally lazy and they don't have the common sense to realize there's no law against you doing your own comparisons. There's no law against that. But you can't believe that you are so high level of an individual on this planet. You can get on the internet and tell somebody, hey, man, I want you to break this down for me. I'd be like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know you. Well, I need you to break this down for me. You need to tell me the difference between this. I need to tell you shit. You need to get you a sheet of paper, write down what you know about each one, and do your homework. We all do that shit. I do it. I got notes and shit all around here. I'm forever writing shit down. You never see me jump on the internet telling people to, hey, break this down for me. Who the fuck am I? I ain't nobody. Like, who, motherfucker, I'm just Jeff. Like, I'm gonna get on the internet and tell somebody to do it. Hey, man, you need to do this for me. Motherfucker, I ain't, nah. We don't do that around here, man. We keep it 100. We real common sense people around here. So, you know, and I know that we got a lot of new people on this channel. I'm up to 9,000 people. And you got to realize we're already in accounting 404 now. We missed a lot of people along the way who weren't here for accounting 101, 202, and 303. We're in 404 now. So we are getting one-on-one students on my channel right now who don't realize we're in 404. So they might think I'm mean. I'm not mean. We've processed this shit already. There's a lot of content on my channel. No, it's tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow, Juan. What up, brother? What up, Melly Mel? Yeah, we doing it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, Friday, the 19th is the interview. That's when we doing it. We had to, like I said, we had to come up with a good time that was solid. So everybody who's a day driver should be kind of ending their day or wrapping up their day around, 3 p.m. And all the night drivers should be waking up around 2, 3 p.m. So we wanted to make sure anybody who wanted to be involved with this live stream, 3 p.m. Arizona time. No, 3 p.m. Alaska time, motherfucker. What time you think my clock says? Bubba, so you for real. That's hilarious. It's 3 p.m. Arizona time. I live in Arizona. So it'll be 3 p.m. Arizona time. Whatever time, Arizona time never changes. So I don't know what time it is anywhere else. 2 hours away, 3 hours away. I don't know because I don't live there. But right now on my clock, it says 3:33 right now. So wherever you are, look at your clock and go, oh, I'm 2 hours ahead of him. Oh, I'm an hour behind him. It's 3:33 on my clock right now as we speak. So the Black Man Crew, what up, Larry? What up? Is it Jeff Ovo? Class dismissed. Yeah, and like I cannot wait for people to like actually like understand what's going on with these apps right now. I was looking at a video. I should probably do a review on this video I just watched, but there was a guy 5 days ago did a video. I think this video is already over like 1 million views or 3 million, something crazy like that. But he broke down Uber and Lyft, and Dalton gave it to me. My man Dalton out in Vegas, he sent me the video, and it discusses everything I've ever said on this channel. I swear to God, when you watch this video, you'll be like, did Jeff turn into a white guy? That's the first thing you're gonna think. Did Jeff turn into a white guy? And this motherfucker talk proper now? Because everything on this video is what we've covered on this channel. He talks about points of elasticity. I've said that shit for 2 years. He says Uber and Lyft use the point of elasticity where they push people to their breaking point on what they would charge you for a ride. And they do it systematically in all regions. They keep raising the fares, looking at how many people stop riding, how many people stop, and people don't stop taking rides. That's what this whole shit about Minnesota. Oh, yeah, man, they're going to stop taking rides if we raise the prices. Uber and Lyft knows the point of elasticity. They're not stupid. They keep pushing it up, and people keep taking rides. They pay 8, they pay 9, they pay 13, they pay 14, and it's the exact same ride. Then on the other end of the point of elasticity is what riders will take. Pigeons, basically pigeons. So that point of elasticity is what will the pigeons take? And they take less and less and less and less, and they keep moving the fares up. And what does that mean? That whole gap is profit. We've talked about that a lot. And so when I saw this video of this guy, he did it 5 days ago, like 1 million, 3 million views, something crazy like that. I can't even remember the number. It was just up there, crazy. I'm like, see, my videos don't get 3 million views, but I'm saying the same shit this dude says. But it probably, the YouTube algorithm don't like me because of the way I talk, which is cool, motherfucker. Keep my classroom small. It's only a handful of us that are very intelligent. But when I see like, millions of people watching this video, and it's almost like they're probably thinking, wow, I didn't know that. Short bus, motherfucker, we've been talking about this shit already. We've been on this for 2 years, and you just made this video 5 days ago. Imagine if all these people was watching my channel for the past 2 years. We'd probably not have pigeon fares by now, because this guy broke down exactly what I said happens. They are pushing to the point of elasticity. How much can I charge this person before they say no? How much can we pay? How less can we pay drivers before they say no? And these pigeons keep taking these $2.62 ride, $3 rides, $4 for 5 mile rides. If it's $4 for 1 mile, I'll take it. $4 1 mile, I'll take it. Just $4 a mile. And I've done that before. Sitting next to somebody, they got to go a mile down the road. I got $4. I'll take the $4 ride. But when you start looking at the per mile, the 50 cents per mile, you start looking at the 30 cents per 40 cents per mile. No, I'm not doing that. No, we're not doing that. And that's why, like I said, I'm going to grab his video and I'll do some clips of it. And I'm going to, I'm going to do like my little routine thing when I do some of the news clips. I'm going to have it on there, let him speak a little bit. And I'm going to kind of follow up with, but it's going to be like I'm just repeating myself. This guy's like sharp as shit. It's like the white version. Like everybody said they got a twin somewhere on the planet. This dude is like my white twin. Except he ain't the barbecue level. He's the barbecue with he's the potato salad with the coleslaw with the raisins in it. What is it? Like I'm the ribs and the rib. I'm the chicken, the fried chicken, motherfucker. This dude's the potato salad with the raisins in it. We like the exact same people. And I'm sitting there listening to this dude cracking up. I was like, bruh, you were way too fucking sharp, way too sharp. Dude, he was hitting that shit. I was like, man, I was loving that video, loving that video. So what I want to do is, like I said, once we have Chris on here, he said no seasoning. Need to go Sammy Sosa. I know I need to lighten my skin up a little bit. Maybe make it brighter in here. Shit. He said, Jeff, we know you Blanco. Much love, respect. Say Vlad the Impaler voice. Are they creating something fair? Changes, we going through changes. Changes, we going through. Larry always coming up with them songs from the 80s. He be hitting us, man. But yeah, I can't wait to have this interview, man, because I think people just need to, because there's a lot of people in the comments that don't understand what Hum is. They think Hum is an Uber app or a Lyft app. And there's people who in Arizona say, oh man, I used Hum 2 years ago. Me too. I had it on my phone for about a year. I had it for free. You know, I was like riding, and I used to even show people, man, I'm riding around with Hum on and ain't shit hitting my phone. I made videos about it. And I didn't understand what Hum was. Hum is a building app. It's slowly, they're getting market share. They're getting people to use it. But in order to get people to use it, they've got to have riders. They've got to have drivers. And at that point, it was too new. So if you give up on something early in the game, just because it's not working, we wouldn't have half the shit. We wouldn't have iPhones. We wouldn't have, Androids. We wouldn't have anything that was new that had a hard time gaining traction when it first came out before it hit that curve. We'd have nothing. You've got to introduce things in the market, especially when you don't have a huge marketing budget. You've got a lot of drivers out there who are driving, and we're basically marketing for Hum. So now that I know how to use the app and I know what the app really is, it's not one of those Uber apps that's going to keep sending you requests all day. It's a conversion app. It's where it gives you the flexibility like no other app out there. It gives you that flexibility to where I can roll up to a Uber passenger right now, a Lyft passenger right now, and say, hey, man, I'm going to give you some options. You don't have to use Uber. You don't have to use Lyft. You ain't got to use the bus. You ain't got to call a taxi. I got options for you right here. These are your options. Which one do you want? Of course, they're going to choose Hum because of the price I give. And on top of that, Hum allows me to say, since you're choosing me right now, you ain't even got to go through the app and request me. I can get you in the app right here. Just give me your phone number. Bam. Let's start this ride now. Here's my Cash App. Here's my Venmo. There's no other app that gives you that much flexibility. That says, I can start your ride right now, standing. And how many times do Uber people say, oh man, can I request you again? Let me try to request you right now. And it'll give them a ping down the street or a ping a mile away or a ping through. But they're trying to get you as they stand right in front of you. Uber and Lyft don't allow you to say, I want this guy in front of me. So can he send me a direct request? Can't do that. The driver can't direct request a rider. It doesn't work like that. Hum is a different app. It allows me to say, I could take you. Give me your phone number. Bam. Start ride. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. It's like make it your way. I know it. Make it your way. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Well, thank you, Mark, my brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And it's like when you have an opportunity like that out there that allow, if you're like me, if you're just like, a capitalist person, I believe in, capitalizing. I believe in seeing an opportunity and saying, okay, let's make this a win-win situation for everybody. What can I do? Even when I do mechanic work, let's make it a win-win. If I know the parts cost 30 and it's going to take me X amount of hours to do it, I'll charge you $350. And you be like, damn, the shop is charging me $1,400. I don't go, oh, well, shit, then let me charge you a $1,300. I don't do that. I do what's fair for me. And usually it works out to where it's fair for somebody else. When I book my rides, and like I said in the comments, the guy was like, oh, you can't negotiate your own price with Hum. You can't. And I'm like, bro, with Hum, I could just tell somebody I'll do this ride for $40. That's me stating my price. I don't know how much Uber charges. I didn't look. I don't know how much Lyft charges. I didn't look. I just said, to me, if I'm gonna drive you way up there past the 101, I'll say $40. Oh, cool. Let's go. Let's go. He could be paying 20 with Uber. He could be paying 25 with Uber. He could be paying 50 with Uber. I wouldn't know. I'm just stating my price. Hum gives you that leverage so you can do that. Thanks, Mark, man. It's all good energy, brother. All good energy. And I wake up in the morning ready to rock and roll, man. I get up ready to, it's a whole city out there of people that need to get from point A to point B. A whole city out there of people looking for logistics, a good driver, a driver that's going, have good music in the car, have the car smelling good, have the wheels all clean, the shit not dusty and everything. There's people out there looking for that right now. So I go, shit, let's go. It's customers out there that, them motherfuckers didn't take a shower. They trying to throw 8 bags in your fucking car. They got those people out there too. I'm not looking for those people. That's why I say everybody shouldn't use delivery service and everybody shouldn't use rideshare. Nothing is 100%. There are people out there who don't belong in my car. I'm a firm believer in that shit. There's people out there that do not belong in that Beamer. There's just not. I can't take everybody. I mean, yesterday I went to the store. Lyft sent me, it was an easy route. $6 for like a mile. I had a surge and everything. So I cruised and it said Walmart. That was my first sign to say, nah. So I cruise up to the guy. And as I'm cruising, I see where his yellow icon is. What up, Chris? And I'm sitting there, I'm looking, and I'm like, it can't be this dude. Shopping cart fucking overflowing, shit in the bottom, stuff everywhere. So I roll up to him and I go, hey, man. I said, I at least wanted to come and say what's up to you because I was already in a lot. I said, but I don't think I could do this ride. He was like, yeah, I kind of sensed that because when I saw it said BMW, I kind of laughed because my friend has a BMW. He says, you don't have trunk space for all this. I said, you're right, I don't. I said, but what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to cancel this ride so it won't cost you shit. I'm going to cancel this for you. He says, oh, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. And I just chatted with him for a second. I canceled the ride as I was chatting with him. And then a ping came. Lady was inside the store. I'm in the checkout line right now. I'll be out in about 5 minutes. Cancel, app off. And I kept talking to the dude. So I canceled her ass. And I just kept talking to him for a couple of minutes. And then I drove. She still wasn't out the store. So I'm like, because I saw her picture and everything. Ain't no black lady walk out that front door the whole time I was chatting with him. So that's how long her ass was in the line. I'll be out in 5 minutes. Man, I fucking hit cancel, app off. It's like, fuck that. I already saw his shit in the basket. I'm like, I'm not doing 2 in a row. No. So, and he was like, man, I appreciate that. But I said, dude, we got SUVs in the area. We got, Priuses with much bigger trunks and stuff. He says, yeah, man, I'll see what I got. I said, so if they try to send you a car like that, just kick that shit out, man. Be cool with kicking it out. I said, we don't feel mad about it. If you got a lot of stuff, a lot of luggage and all that, do not feel bad for canceling a driver ride if you know that car is too small. Oh, man, thanks for letting me know, man, because I think drivers be getting pissed off. I'm like, nah, man. I say, dude, we appreciate that shit. You cancel me? I'm like, good, because you could have had 5. When I'm riding, I can only fit 4. People cancel me all the time. I love that shit. I be sitting in Jack in the Box, kicking back. Motherfucker ride come through. I'm like, oh, yeah. Got to go pick up Shelly. 5 seconds later, boom, rider cancel. I'm like, cool. They must have had too many people. I love that shit. Like, don't let me get there, then cancel me. No. Cancel me while I'm sitting. Don't let me start driving yet. So dude was cool as hell, man. What up, Jesse? What up, Jeff? Meet a couple of D-Bass gang. Next day, they hired me and picked them up from the casino, 120. Oh, there you go, brother. So what, you had them down to the talking. I had a lot of talking stick hits yesterday, man. I don't know what was going at the talking stick. And it was like back to back, but the shit was cheap. $12. And it was like 8 miles for me to get there for a 12-mile ride, like $12. I was like, no, I'm not driving over 20 miles for $12. Like, nah, I'm cool. But it was a lot of pings coming from the casino. So people either must be winning a lot or just hanging out. There must be some events going on that I don't know about yet. But yeah, Jesse, man, hey, you got to put them on hum, dude. Keep that insurance on their ass if you can. Because I'm one of those people that believe, even Desert Diamond. So you was way up there in Glendale. Okay, cool. Yeah, I ain't been up there in a minute. I keep forgetting about that casino up there. And they got one over on the 202 Southwest. There's a little casino tucked in back there. I don't even know the name of it, but I used to go there all the time too. But them people don't tip, so I'm like, fuck that. I don't go over there, man. It's like, yeah. So what's that, Ben? I've been canceling the ones that say ride coordinator or hospital pickup. Yep. Every time that shit says Banner Hospital, cancel. I'm like, decline. Banner Hospital, decline. And it's sad because it could be somebody that worked there. So what they need to do on these apps, especially Lyft and Uber, what they need to do is put the name and put, staff, something like that. So it lets us know it's hospital staff or name patient, name visitor, something, because it'd be people at the hospitals that's just visiting. It's staff at the hospital. We declining all their ass just because they're at the hospital and we don't want to be doing them rides. And it's like, when it's in all caps, I definitely know don't screw with it. When it says, call on arrival, I definitely know not to mess with it. But they sneak people in. They'll get somebody who's at the hospital. They'll put it in lowercase and you pull up and they're like walking on crutches and shit, bare like moving 1 mile an hour. And I'm like, these motherfuckers got me, man. They got me. It's like, shoot. So, yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. We got to be smart about it. Yeah, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Yep. Thanks, Bubba Sue. Appreciate that. Like I said, everybody's trying to help me out and filling people in. So that's when we do. Like I said, I got it circled on my sheet of paper around there somewhere. Yep, there it is. Friday, 3 p.m. Bam. We're doing it. Let's do it. Friday. And I cannot wait. Like I said, I cannot wait because it's time that a lot of people in Arizona, even outside of Arizona, people that travel here, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, people like that come here all the time, they need to know that we have rideshare out here that allows drivers to make what we're really worth. They don't got to, I know a lot of them got, Uber and Lyft on their phones and shit, and they land, hey, let's get an Uber. This is a little different. We got to let people know, hey, when you go there, try out this other app just to see what happens. Because if we get it right here, just think we can expand the other cities. If we don't get it right here, it's going to be hard to expand, very hard to expand. But let's get it right, man. Let's get it right. Yeah, sweet. Hopefully I'm not too busy so I can ask some questions. Yeah, hopefully, man. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to ask every question that comes to that chat because the chat be running like a motherfucker. So I'm not going to be able to take 100% of the questions. So I don't want nobody having the theory of, oh, everybody's questions will be answered. No, everybody's won't be. It's just the way the math is going to be. It won't work out like that. But if I keep seeing common questions pop up, then those are the ones I'm going to have to answer. Now, Hum still has the contact us. So when you go to humrideshare.com, you can still go to their contact us and ask them specific questions if it's something that's not covered in that live stream. Yeah, only 2 or 3 is cool. But if I got, 100 people on here, that could be 200 or 300 questions. It's like you're only one person, motherfucker. It's like it could be 300 questions coming through. I'm not going to get all of them. You might get one. You might get one in. But and that's why I'm like, I want to make sure that people know that Hum Rideshare still has to contact us. So don't feel like because you didn't get a chance to ask it on the live stream that you can't go to the contact us and say, hey, I had a question. I just want to know this, because they can still answer it too. But hopefully I get to because he's going to have a conversation. Basically, it's not going to be like we're interviewing a guy trying to hire him or some shit like that, or nobody's trying to get hired. But he may have a conversation, and the question you have to ask is probably already answered in that conversation. So you may not even have to ask it. You may be like, oh shit, well, he just answered my question. I was wondering that shit. I was wondering that. And that's why I even told him, I said, dude, don't worry. It's not going to be like an interview. It's more like we just kicking at the barbecue. We having a conversation, man. I was saying, you got a lot of drivers that's going to listen into the conversation. That's basically how it's going to go. And because I don't want it to be so formal that, it's like, well, this and this and this. I'm not, y'all know me. I'm not like that. I wouldn't put nobody on the hot seat like that. If you want to come and kick it with some drivers, you want to talk to some potential riders, because potential riders will see this. Like I said, I will be moving a lot of this stuff over to other social media platforms. I will probably put it on TikTok. I will put it on IG and Facebook, because I want to move some excerpts of that conversation over so people realize we have the founder of an app speaking directly to us. We don't have the founder of the iPhone speaking directly to us. The founder of Nike don't speak directly to us. The founder of Toyota and fucking GMC don't speak directly to us. But you have the founder of a corporation that could possibly become major one day, taking time out on the ground level to speak to people. A lot of people don't do that. They just keep doing what they do, and they send out a spokesperson. Hey, go talk to these people. I'm too busy for that shit. Like I said, this one guy said, I do have one question. Can you answer? When do you get paid from Hum? You get paid like daily, basically, because when I look at my bank account, I see rides hitting. It's not all at once. How Hum works is when Stripe is the one who deals with it all. So let's say I do rides today and the rider pays Stripe. So everything's going through Stripe. Stripe processes things. Sometimes they process it in a batch. So I might get $57, but that $57 is a batch. That's 3 rides in that 57. Sometimes, like I got a $767 deposit in my bank account because the batch only had 1 ride in it. Like I did 1 ride that day. So I don't know if Stripe processes a batch as a day or a batch as a series of days. So that would be almost like a Stripe question, because it's based on when they process their batches. Because I can open up my bank account and I'll see someone else say Hum. It's not one big amount, and I can't go through and just download it immediately, because it's like the money is at Stripe. It's processing at Stripe, and it's whatever you selected at Stripe as far as how you get paid is probably how you get paid. I probably chose free, and if you choose free, that means you don't pay any fees. They just give it to you when they're done processing that batch or whatever. So, and it's cool like that. And it's straight. So my money never goes to Hum, because I can open up my phone and my Stripe account. I see GoPuff. I never drove for GoPuff, but it says GoPuff, then it says Hum right up under it. So I select which one of my Stripe accounts I want to go into. So I go into the Hum account. I see all the money that Hum has paid, and I can start scrolling down, and I can see settled, processing, settled, processing, settled, sort of like that. Where it's like, I'm not one of those, people that only on Lyft and Uber do I want to download my money every day, because they even tell you in the contract, we can deactivate you at any minute. And when they deactivate you, they keep your money. If Hum was to deactivate me, Hum doesn't do anything with my money. It's all going through Stripe. So that's why I love, going through Stripe. Thank you, Tyrone, my brother. Thank you, my man, for the super chat. First super chat on live stream. Glad you can trust this channel with that, man. I'm glad you trust it. Like I said, we always ahead of the curve, man. We always ahead of the curve over here. I say some shit and a lot of people don't get down with it. They be like, man, whatever. Guaranteed. Like a year later, you're gonna see everybody else saying the same shit I was saying. We always do that, man, because I don't care speaking my mind. And I don't care about, being wrong. I think that's the biggest thing about me. I don't care about being wrong. I don't have to be 100% sure about shit I say. I say what I feel. I say shit that's common sense. I say what makes sense. And it just so happens to come out to be true. A lot of shit I've said, being like, damn, man, you said that shit like a year ago. You said that shit 2 years ago. And they just now saying that shit now. I'm like, I know it, because I'm not scared to be wrong. Somebody's got to put their foot down and say something. I'll say it. A lot of motherfuckers, I don't want to say it. My integrity is on the line. I'm like, fuck that. My integrity stays on the line. But I'm intelligent enough to use my common sense when I speak. I say, you know what? This is what I think, man. This is what I think. People agree with me, disagree with me. It's all cool. But by the time they agree with me, they already mad at me now, because they disagree with me in the beginning. It's kind of like the whole COVID shit. People disagreed with me in the beginning when I said this shit sounds like an experiment. Everybody that disagreed with me hates me now, because I said it sounds like a fucking experiment. Oh, you did it. You're just cynical. You blah, blah, all that shit. When I came out to be right, all the people that was against me, they still don't like me. I'm cool with that shit. I still said what I said, and just so happened that I was right. Common sense, motherfucker. Use it. It's like, but I appreciate you, Tyrone, man. Real shit, man. What a big orange Kev. Just finished the Hum ride. Oh, man. Well, hey, man, tomorrow, 3 p.m., we're going to have Chris, the CEO. We're having him online, man. What's the average for my Hum ride? About $1.50 a mile. My average is probably about, see, this is how Hum works. It doesn't work out in averages. Hum actually uses a rate card. So I can do a 2-mile ride and get $11. But the reason why I can do a 2-mile ride and get $11 is because your pickup is automatically $5. This is how it works. It's not about there's no upfront fares with Hum unless you just tell somebody. So my average rides for my cash rides is high as a motherfucker, because I just say a number and the person says okay. It's usually how it works. Nobody really negotiates me on that. So I can do a 15-mile ride, $40. Like this morning, I did a 13-mile ride, $40, just from the airport to here, $40. That wasn't on Hum, but it was on Hum, because it was me saying how much I want. Hum, $5 is your pickup. Every mile you drive in a sedan is different than what you drive in I think for an SUV like Billy Proctor, his is $10 for a pickup, I think, because he's got a SUV. So when I sit there and I say $5 for my sedan, $1 for every mile in the sedan, 25 cents a minute. So every mile you drive is going to take you about 4 minutes in traffic. So for every mile I drive, I'm really getting $2 a mile. The dollar for the mile, the distance, the dollar for the time, 25 cents a minute. It's going to take me about, 4 minutes to go a mile. So if I got $5 for my pickup, I'm doing a 1-mile trip. $5 for a pickup, doing a 1-mile trip. So I get $1 for distance, $1 for time. That's $7 for 1 mile. If I do it on Lyft or Uber, I'm only getting like $2.62. That's it, $2.62. When I'm getting $7 for every 1 mile on Hum, $7. Now when I go that 2 miles, it's that 7 plus another $2, because I get another $1 a mile plus another $1 a minute. So I'm adding another $2. So now I'm getting $9 for 2 miles. So I went from $7 for 1 mile to $9 for 2 miles. So I went $7 an average, $4.50 an average. When I go 3 miles, now I went, instead of $9, I'm at $11, 3 miles. Now I'm under $4. I went from $4.50 to under $4. So the further you go with Hum, your mile average gets lower, because you're only getting $1 a mile, 25 cents a minute. That $5 initial dollars is what is really sweet on fucking, it's almost like you get a $5 surge on short trips. Just say every short trip you do, you're getting a $5 automatic surge. That's the way I look at it. So when I'm seeing Hum rides come through, I'm like, well, I get automatic $5 surge because I'm getting $1 a mile plus 25 cents a minute. And I get a $5 surge on top of it. That's the way I view it. But see, I'm different. I'm not corporate. I'm like, I don't like saying I'm straight. Let's say I'm common. I'm common, because you got corporate and you got common. I'm very common. So the way I look at it is that initial $5 is my common. That's my common knowledge. My surge, bet. Everything after that is all corporate. You got $1 a mile. The slower you drive, the more you make because you're getting 25 cents a minute. You speed, you cutting into your own fucking money. Don't speed. Says 35, go 35. You're getting paid by time. On Uber and Lyft, you gotta speed because you ain't getting paid by the time. It's like you have to speed. You got an upfront fare with Uber and Lyft. So the faster you get that shit done, no matter what the time is, you're gonna get paid the same. So you might as well just speed and get that shit over with and hurry up and stack another ride. With Hum, just kind of cruise like, yeah, let's go. Duado, he's the man of the people, man. Hey, Black Label said, hey, Jeff handing out the red pill for the rideshare. They ain't ready for that yet. They not ready for that. Like I said, a lot of people, and this is me when it comes to red pill shit, real shit, it's a conversation. And so I don't mind having a conversation with somebody about topics that may be controversial. Some people feel so stupid they shut down and they don't want to have that conversation because it makes them feel stupid when they just listen to common sense. And they're like, because they're like, it's like they're upset that they didn't know that already. It's like if I told somebody 2 + 2 is 4, and they go, I always thought it was 3. No, man, it's 4, dog. I'm telling you, it's 4. Trust me. And everybody's like, yeah, it's 4. Well, I thought it was 3. You sure it's not 3? No, it's not 3, dog. It's been 4. They feel stupid because everybody that knows it's 4 now is looking at them like, you didn't know this already? And that's how red pill shit is almost. It's like you didn't have the common sense to know this already. Like you couldn't see between the lines to see what was happening. You couldn't see it. And they feel stupid. So, and I know everybody's not red pill. Everybody's not ready for that shit yet. I even got one of my thumbnails on one of my old videos got Morpheus standing there. He was holding a red pill and a blue pill. One of my old, because I talk about authority and I talk about, it was something I was talking about, credibility. It was about credibility, misinformation, and the authority to speak on things. And the people who normally have authority to speak on things, they use their titles. They use that authority to narrate shit to your brain, even though they don't know what they're talking about, which is why doctors practice. Doctors are not specialists. They do practice. There are specialists within it, but it's called a practice for a reason. Practice makes perfect. They take shots on people, experiment with motherfuckers like scientists all the time. They're just taking a shot at it. So if that's who you are, and you know that you're not perfect, you know that, you're just doing something and hoping it fucking works out, that means you're not absolute. And if you're not absolute, that leaves a lot of gray area for us to have a discussion on. And if you say, well, I don't want to have a discussion with you because this is my title and that's your title, you're using your title to shut me up when you don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's basically what it was. People had the authority to shut other people down by saying, well, I'm a doctor, I'm a scientist. When shit goes bad, where they at? These motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be found. But yet they use their authority. That's why I had that whole video when I made it a while back. Facebook didn't like me. They kicked me the fuck off for shit like this. So they sat there and they would use their authority to put common people like me in my place. But I was right the whole fucking time. And I said, dude, it's common sense. I mean, knowledge is universal. Knowledge is just like not in one brain. Knowledge is not in a title that they put behind your fucking name. Knowledge, like I tell people all the time on this channel, just because you have a degree doesn't make you intelligent. It really doesn't. I mean, you're either smart or you're not. A degree just proves where you went for 4 fucking years, how you got your degree, whatever. That's what it proves. But I know smart people who ain't even got no degree. Very smart people, way smarter than people who got degrees and make mistakes all the fucking time. Why do you think they got professional liability insurance? Because professionals are liable for a lot of shit they're wrong for. It doesn't make you absolute. And that's basically what red pill is. It wakes people up to the notion that you've been indoctrinated. You've been forced to go to sleep and not listen to your own internal, not to trust your gut. That's what trust your gut. That's basically red pill. You meet a certain man, you meet a certain woman, trust your gut. If you see this dude with 4 fucking kids, don't pay child support, don't speak to none of his kids at all, don't get pregnant by him. Trust your gut. Trust it. That's red pill shit. Trust your gut. You meet a woman, 6 kids, always fighting the baby's dad, you're going to be the motherfucking 7th motherfucker she fighting with. Trust your gut on that. And a lot of people like to say, well, you got to give people a chance. Oh, fuck all that. Red pill wakes people up to reality that they're scared to look at. It's like their whole image is glossed over. Once you take that red pill, that gloss disappears. You start seeing shit more clear now. You start understanding what narratives are. You start understanding what the purpose of mainstream media is. You start following the money, seeing who's being paid to say what. You know what a shield is. And you can see a shield from a long distance when you see one. Like people might think, oh, Jeff, you're a hum shield. You're a hum shield. How? I just drive it. That's it. They don't know me from Adam. They met me because I signed up. They had no idea I was a podcaster. I mean, I speak on the shit because I just do. I don't got to be paid for the shit. I just speak on it because I do. What up, Rob? What up, Robin? Say, Kev, I need a hum ride to go get some t-shirts. What up, Robin? Hey, Robin, you're in town right now? There you go. There you go. Hey, if you up in Scottsdale, Robin, we could all be up there later on. When I get off this live stream or whatever, I'll shoot you a text message, I'll shoot you a text, and we'll find out where you are, and I'll come meet you and everything. I think I already ate breakfast, but we'll sit down and have some lunch. If you're actually in Scottsdale, we're gonna come hang out with you for a while, because I got some stuff for you anyways. I got some stuff for you. Yeah, hum working at airport would prefer private ride. Not sure if we could coordinate. Oh yeah, hum works anywhere. It does. And like, it's just an insurance thing is basically all it is for me. But even without hum, I was still picking up people at the private place. Okay, you're in McCormick, cool. I was still picking up people from, like, the airport. It's just what I was doing. I'm here now. Yeah. See, 11 miles, $25. Gotta love it. Yeah. Says, oh no, how will you make $25 a day? LOL, I do it. And see, that's the thing, Kev. 11 miles on Uber or Lyft would probably pay you $6, $7. That's it. So imagine getting $6, $7 for something you just got $25 for. Those profit margins add up. You've got to do 3 to 4 rides on Lyft at 11 miles. So you're doing anywhere between 33 and 44 miles, 33 and 44 miles on Uber and Lyft just to get what you can get for 11 miles on hum. So you're doing, imagine doing that 10 times. You'd have to go 110 miles to make 250, 110 to make 250. We're on Lyft or Uber, you got to go anywhere from 330 to 440 miles. I want to drive 110 miles. Even if I drive the 110 and I chill and relax, I don't want to do the 330, 440. 440 is over a full tank of fuel for me. Just to make $250 when 110 is a quarter of a tank. I only get 400 miles a tank. So if I'm doing 110 miles, that's 250 every quarter of tank. 250 every quarter tank is $1,000 for one full tank of gas. And all it costs you is 50, 60 bucks to fill up your tank. So 50, 60 bucks makes you $1,000 on hum. But it's going to take you a whole fill up to make that. You're going to make what? 250 out of 440 miles. That's one full tank to make 250 driving Uber or Lyft. One full tank. Because if they're not paying you at least $1 a mile, you're running 50 cents a mile, 70 cents a mile. You got to drive a whole lot. 400 miles is only $280. If you're getting 70 cents a mile, 400 miles is $280. So I got to use a full tank of fuel on Lyft or Uber to make $280. $280 for a full tank. When I can make $1,000, $280 and $1,000, that's a what? $720 variance, $720 more with the same amount of fuel. And it's only one tank. I'm making $720 more with one tank because it's driving more intelligently. So when people see 25, they go, oh, that's not a lot, but you got to keep adding that shit up. What up, Robert Reese? Yeah, where can I get hum stickers? Only at Firestone? Well, you can get hum stickers from Chris. Get them from Anthony. Call Anthony. I think you got Anthony's number, Robin. Give Anthony a call. He's probably somewhere in town. Because I don't have any hum stickers. I have none. But a lot of people got them. I just got the cards. That's it. But you can get a magnet, stickers, whatever. But yeah, you got to start, when you're doing rideshare, you got to know how to do math real fast. Because they're sending shit on your screens real fast for a reason. They fuck with people that don't know how to do math. That's how these apps work. They throw shit in your face. Like, they could always do the math for you on the screen. These people at these apps are intelligent. They could do the math for you right on the screen. But you got to download apps like Para, Solo, Maximo. You got to download apps like that to do the math for you in real time. These apps can do it. You don't got to download them apps. The app should be able to put, this is your average per mile, average per hour, average. They should put that shit right on the screen when they send you a request. They don't do it because they fuck with people that don't know math. Hey, man, here's a $94 trip. And they go, oh, shit, 94 bucks. Then you find out that shit's 192 miles. And you be like, oh, shit, 192 miles. Yeah, 94 bucks. But guess what? You probably get a ride back, probably being a key word. And for one thing, you're only getting 50 cents a mile, if that. And if you got to go there and come back, you're not getting 50 cents a mile. You just cut that shit in half now. You're getting like a quarter a mile now. 25 cents a mile is what you agreed to make on that trip. They don't do the math for you. They force you to do the math, and they fuck up people that don't know how to do math. And that's why people that don't know how to do math do not do well in business naturally. And a lot of drivers who are W-2 people, they're not mathematicians. These motherfuckers didn't even know how to, do their own paycheck. They don't know how to balance a budget for their own paycheck. They using payday loans. They going broke every week. You got the same amount of finite money from a W-2, but somehow you can't budget to where you're going broke every week. You're not good at math. If I'm telling you, I'm giving you $1,200 every 2 weeks, that's your limit. That's your income. That's your revenue, $1,200 every 2 weeks. So you can't be getting $1,200 every 2 weeks from a W-2, but you're spending $1,900 every 2 weeks. You're $700 every 2 weeks in the hole. It's math, and some people are really fucking bad at it. So you've got to cut out $700 worth of shit every 2 weeks to make sure you're sending that $1,200 every 2 weeks, so you're at zero. Now, if you want to save, you got to get to spending $1,100 every 2 weeks, even because you're making only $1,200 every 2 weeks. And now you're saving $100, $50 a week. A lot of people don't know math, man. They don't know it. They think that numbers just don't even exist. Like the shit circulating around them, and they don't even understand. Like you can't just grab shit out of fucking thin air and make it work. When I see people at the age that I'm at, 45, 50, 60, and they're having a hard time balancing, a grand. When I was working casino, you know how much money a casino makes? I was the balance sheet accountant. I did the financial statement. I did, the income statement. I had to do revenues. I had to sit with the internal, external audit. If they said, Jeff, you're fucking horrible at math. How are you an accountant? You're bad at math. We're always in the hole. We never make budget. I would go sit with the engineering department and be like, hey, man, you guys are going over budget. What the hell is this big ass anomaly you got jumping right here? Where did you guys spend $30,000 on? Oh, man, we had to get some new boilers, man. We messed up that boiler. We did. And you paid $30,000 for it? Yeah. How old was that last boiler? Oh, I think it was like 3 years old. Well, it's got a 10-year warranty on that boiler. So why did you spend that? You should have contacted accounting. We got to fix that shit upstairs, man. It's like we got that motherfucker still on the books for the next 7 years. We still amortizing that thing. So you telling me you replaced a 3-year-old boiler at $30,000 when we're amortizing that old one for the next 7 years? That shit's under warranty. You get a free one. Contact these motherfuckers. We need a rebate. And they was like, Jeff, how do you know this shit? I'm like, because I'm the accountant. We got all the paperwork upstairs. You're just an engineer. You just fixing the shit around here. We got the numbers upstairs. So don't go buying shit on warranty. Shit breaks. Call me first. Jeff, the AC system broke. When did y'all get? Okay, we got it like 5 years ago. It's got a 10-year warranty on it. We ain't worried about it. Don't go buy another. Do not order another one. No POs, no purchase orders. Don't do that shit. Contact me first. And that's how you become good with money. You start understanding, what did I spend money on? What kind of warranties do I got? Do I need to spend it again? All the revenues I'm making. Where is this shit going? Savings or expenses? Where's all this shit going? That's why I was so good as an accountant. I'm very frugal, very frugal. And it's not that, because I see numbers. I got numbers tattooed all over my fucking body, my arms, my shoulders, every fucker. I got numbers tattooed all over me. I'm like goddamn David Letterman, David Numberman, motherfucker. I'm David Numberman with my microphone and everything. But when you get good at numbers, doing something like rideshare makes sense. Because people don't understand. I mean, when I did that one video, that cherry picking 101, it's got like 30, 40,000 views on it. I don't even fucking know what it is. And that's one bad thing. I know so many numbers. I don't remember exact numbers unless I'm looking at it. So I don't even know what it is, but I know numbers. So that video, there was so many people when I first dropped that video last year or 2 years. I don't even remember when I dropped it. I'm bad at numbers. So when I dropped it, so many people doubted it because it was new. It was foreign. The way I was cherry picking from airports and shit like that was foreign to them. They were, man, you wasting so much fucking time, man. You better take that. $10 is $10. $14 is $14, man. You wasting all this fucking time, man. I can't drive like you, man. You be wasting time. By the end of the video, they see how much I made per mile, how much I made per actual drive time hour. Me chilling this meet. I'm sitting here right now. I could be out driving right now. I could have my app turned on right now. And these motherfuckers, oh man, since your app is turned on, you working, man. You working. I'm like, dude, I'm live streaming, but still your app is turned on, man. You working. That shit counts, man. Your app is turned on. That's how these fucking pigeons think. Me, I'm a contractor. I can have my app turned on whenever. I could be eating a steak with my motherfucking app on. I ain't got to take shit. I could just be seeing what's out there declining shit. I don't look at online time. I look at when am I actually being contracted? When am I actually driving for your ass? When am I actually in my car? Because I got to go to Walmart. I can't sit up and say, oh, man, I had to go to Walmart. Shit, I used 3 miles today. I had to go take a piss behind a dumpster. I better log that. Jeff pissed behind a dumpster on April the 18th. Took 2.6 miles. How much is that out of my... No. Fuck all that. I don't penny pinch myself like that. I don't even micromanage myself. So when I'm sitting there and I put that video out, a lot of people were looking at it and they were like, well, you don't know what you're doing. You're a horrible driver. You're bad. You don't understand what rideshare. You're stupid. You know, while you're sitting there, I'm out making money. You're not making shit. You're making low profit margins. I could sit there and like by the time I ended that video, I showed my profit margins and I still had like a quarter of a tank of gas left that day. And I made what they made on a full fucking tank of gas. I made it in less time driving, less miles driving, less fuel used, less wear and tear, less risk involved being on that fucking street. We made the same amount of money. It's called efficiency. Accountants are very efficient. Why do you think they hire us? We're efficient. We'll tell you the shortest distance between 2 points. These motherfucking pigeons, they flying through the clouds, through the trees, around telephone poles. These motherfuckers flying in the backyard, eating fucking dog food. Pigeons are everywhere. Pigeons do not know how to go in a straight fucking line. I mean, look out your window. Guarantee you see pigeons on the roof. Motherfuckers flying to the ground, flying to the other roof, flying to the fucking telephone pole. That's pigeons, man. These motherfuckers are scatterbrained. So when I'm on track for making profits, when I leave my house, I'm on a profit hunt. That's what I'm on. Walk out this house and I'm like, okay, today I want to average at least $3 a mile. If I can average $3 a mile all day for the rest of this fucking year, that means I only got to drive 33,000 miles and I make $99,000. It's math. Why do I want to drive 99,000 miles to make $99,000 at $1 a mile? Why do I want to do that? I'm not trying to drive 99,000 miles a year. I'm not. I could drive 33,000, which means, Jeff, you're going to have a lot of downtime. You're going to have a lot of risk you're not even dealing with. You're going to have a lot of time chilling in your fucking car. You're going to have a lot of time wiping your car down, cleaning your shit. You're going to have a lot of time doing private rides. You're going to have a ton of time that these pigeons don't have because you only need to do 33,000 miles. They've got to do 66,000 more miles than you this year to make the same amount of money you making, Jeff. They got to do 66,000 miles. That's an average of over 5,000 miles a month. They got to drive. They got to drive 5,000 miles more every single month, over 1,000 miles more every single week just to equal what you equal. And that's not exceeding me. That's just equaling what I got. So I drive different. When I dropped that video, it fucked a lot of people up. But now when I go back to the comments, now it's a lot of people going, man, this shit makes sense, man. This shit makes sense. Oh shit. I'm like, yeah, short bus, motherfucker, short bus. The motherfucker short bus finally showed up. Like the people are getting off. Motherfucker, we've been at school for a minute. Like I said, this is accounting 404. We're here now. Counting 101 people. Hey, we're here, motherfucker, short bus. Welcome to school. Delivery said, hey man, watch out, Jeff. You're gonna get hate for making sense. Man, I swear, and that's the thing. People have always hated me for making sense. Like even with the whole COVID shit, people hated me for making sense. And I'm not like a highly intelligent motherfucker. I'm really not. But we have so much common sense that you don't even know how much common sense you got until you take the red pill. You get the gloss over your fucking eyes. You tap into your inner who you are, trust your gut, and say, these motherfuckers is lying to me. And now you start understanding how everything's written. You ain't got to drive 99,000 miles to make $99,000. You don't. If I tell you you can drive 33,000 miles over the next 12 months, that's less than 3,000 miles a year. If you do, 3,000 miles a month. If you do 3,000 miles every month for 12 months, that's only 36,000 miles. But 3,000 miles a month times $3 a mile is $9,000 a month. $9,000 a month times 12 months is going to equal $98,000. So you're going to have like what, 108,000. You're going to have $108,000. $9,000 a month for the next 12 months will get you $108,000, and all you drove was 3,000 miles, which means you're going to be sitting around a lot all month. 3,000 miles a month, it's nothing. It's nothing. You can easily do that shit, 3,000 miles, because you got 4 weeks in a month. You ain't even got to drive 1,000 miles a week. Let's just say you're doing 1,000 miles a week, and 1,000 miles a week, we'll say you're doing it for 5 days. It's only 200 miles a day. I can do 200 miles a day. That's easy. That's fucking easy. 200 miles a day is nothing. We got motherfuckers out here driving 500-600 miles a day. 500-600 miles. Man, I've been driving for 10-12 hours, man. I done went through a whole 2 tanks. Shit, not me. I'm sitting exactly, motherfucker, the late bus. So I need one of those CEO t-shirts. I know I just made that yesterday. I was just thinking about it. And I woke up and I made the CEO shirt. I said, man, I like this kind of idea. So I made the idea. I still got to do some edits to it. I'm not done with the design yet. So let me do some edits to that design, because it's a few things I don't like about that shirt, but I can fix it on the shirt, which is the joy of how I make shirts. So I'm going to fix it first. And then I'll say, okay, now the design is done. Yeah, did you hear about Uber starting a subscription plan? I gave them over 111K last year. Now they want a subscription plan. Yeah, Robin, I put that shit in the video yesterday. I told them yesterday, the video I dropped yesterday, you probably didn't see it yet. I put Uber subscription plan, and they're thinking about it right now. And I tell people, and I said in my video, if we're only paying $30 a month subscription with Hum, $30 a month, you think Uber's going to only charge you $30 a month when Uber is probably making $4,000 a month off of you? So if Uber's making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 off of a driver, they're not going to charge you $30 subscription because they're not giving up $3,000 just to get 30 from you. No, they're going to say, we're going to charge you $500 a week subscription. It's going to be a weekly subscription. And because this is monthly, I mean, they're going to be hitting you for like 2 G's a month. But if it's weekly, they can kind of make it seem like, oh, kind of like the rental car deal. Oh, we're only going to make you pay $500 a week. They're going to make it smaller for you so it don't hurt as much. But really, when you look at the bigger picture, you're like, damn, man, I'm paying like 3-4 fucking thousand to this app just to drive on it. Look at all the fees. Add up all your Uber fees and Lyft fees for a month. That's your subscription to them right there. On Hum, you're paying $30. That's it. Insurance, they bill you like what? 25 cents a mile, 6 cents a mile, something crazy, 60 cents a mile. I don't fucking know. Some weird number, low as hell. But that's your subscription fees for Hum. With Uber, your subscription fee, shit, it'll be at least minimum $500 a week because they ain't giving up all that money in revenue and fees and shit they charge you just so you can get a $30 subscription. They ain't doing that shit. Nope. Oh, just wonder if others watch it. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, Robin, that's what it is. That's because, and we've got to see what's coming down the pipe because these apps know, Uber and Lyft knows drivers are fed up. They know we see through the bullshit. They know we see through it. Everybody's got accountants, and accountants are like, wait a minute, this is how much you paying in fees every year? Your 1099 said you made $136,000, but yet you telling me you only got 70 grand in your bank? Yeah, damn, these motherfuckers eating you up. Yeah, I know it, man. You paid $66,000 in fees to these motherfuckers last year. Yeah, bro, you better off just starting your own motherfucking company. It's like, and these apps know that drivers are waking up. They're waking up. Steve said, hey, I drove 500 miles and made $375. Fucking pigeons. Exactly. But they stayed busy. I was busy, though. W-2 mentality. I was busy. I stayed busy. Fuck that. I don't want to be busy. If you ain't paying me, don't bother me. I don't want to be busy. Hey, Jeff, you'll get this person? Sure. How much you paying me? Like 30 cents a mile? Nah, I don't want to be busy right now. Jeff, you want to pick up this person? How much you paying me? Like $4 a mile? Yeah, I'm cool. Let's go do it. Let's go get him. I don't want to be fucking busy for nothing. If you're going to make me move this car, pay me. And if more drivers said that, I'm not moving my car till you pay me. If we all started declining all these non-emergency medical transit rides, they're going to start saying people are figuring out the system on how we're playing the shit out of them, how we're using revenue that the drivers are creating to get rid of drivers. We're using their work to get rid of them. Drivers are making us a ton of money to go driverless. Drivers are making us all these profits to get rid of their ass. At some point, people are going to wake up and realize it. Red pill. You're going to wake up and realize it. You're going to snap out of it like, wait a fucking minute, hold up. So I'm driving for Uber, and Uber's in the back room laughing at me, creating technology so I don't have a job in a couple of years. Yeah, you're pretty much working yourself to retirement without having a retirement plan. Basically what you're doing. Because Uber ain't putting no retirement plan up for you. All the money you're making is going into them retiring your ass. And it's going to be an involuntary retirement, not a voluntary retirement. They're going to say, hey, why do you think they keep putting all these like addendums all the time? We can deactivate you at any minute we feel like it. We don't even need an excuse to deactivate you. We can remove you off of our insurance without knowledge. We can just get you up. We ain't even got to tell you that we remove you off our insurance. You're just going to have a wreck one day and find out, oh, Uber didn't cover you. No, they didn't cover you. They took you off their insurance yesterday. Well, they didn't tell me. They don't have to tell you. They said in the addendum, we don't have to give you any knowledge or notice of when we got rid of you. They don't know that. Yeah, cool. See, how you know if it's a non-emergency transportation ride? Willie Davis, everybody knows how. Everybody knows when it's not emergency. First, it'll say call on arrival. You'll see that. It will say call your passenger upon arrival. That was set up by a service. All caps. That's another way. All caps, especially all caps at a hospital, a clinic, or something like that. Usually it's set up by a service. If it says something like your rider cannot go to any other destinations other than this, set up by a service. Man, And you got a lot of intelligent drivers on this chat, so I'm glad you asked that question. And yep, schedule ride. They'll tell you exactly how because everybody's region is probably a little different, especially in Phoenix. But across the boards, yep, it's all going to be the same. They're going to have all this shit, no changes to the ride, schedule ride, all caps, call on arrival, man, DM, RS. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, Kev, we're going to give you a call when we meet up. Yep, definitely. This is, what's that? Say, I'd rather drive 9.5 miles to get 65 in private ride instead. Yeah, Willie, man. So, because like I said, I'm glad you asked that, man, because a lot of people know exactly, and some drivers don't know it yet because they might be too new to the rideshare industry, but you won't know unless you ask. So I'm glad you asked, because there's a lot of people out there that probably like, damn, man, I always wonder how they know that. You had the balls to ask. A lot of people don't want to feel stupid. I'm like, dude, it's almost like in rideshare, you have to ask certain questions to make sure you ain't being swindled. You have to ask things that you don't know. I mean, there's just like when I was doing my video the other day, and I said, man, why in the hell is it $38 or $34? But then it says 29. I'm only getting 29. Like, what the hell's the difference? I asked that shit out loud, and people be like, hey, Jeff, that's that $5 off coupon. And I'm like, oh shit, you're right. I had to ask out loud, because if I just sit and I think it and I don't say it on a video, nobody can help me out. Because when I do my ride-alongs, I ask questions. There's been times when, like Victor, he hit me up. I met Victor last night downtown. Actually, me and him was downtown chilling and shit. He got nice-ass Pathfinder. But I was on one of my videos. And I was like, why the fuck? I had a $13 surge. I remember this shit. I had a video. It was a $13 surge. I caught that shit going on the highway. Then they sent me a fucking nature hike, and I lost the surge. And he was like, bro, you don't have to lose that surge. There's a way you can keep that surge. I was like, what? He told me. Then on another one, I had a reservation one time, and Victor told me how to do this one too. End up with a reservation. I lost my surge on a reservation. He was like, Jeff, you don't have to lose that. They wouldn't have known that I didn't know that had I not said that as I was making the video. So I had to ask the questions out loud, even though I was on the video. So a lot of people, they feel stupid asking questions. I don't. If I ask the questions, because I don't know shit, man. I don't know. I'm like, you know what? I don't know why the fuck this shit's like $5 difference. I don't know what the hell's going on, because this keeps saying like 34, but it'll give me like 29, or it'll say 25 and give me 20. Jeff, the $5 off coupon. Oh shit, you're right. These are new riders to Hum. These are brand new riders on Hum, because Hum's a new app. Duh. Now I know. So are you a Blink or are you up? What's up? Come get me, Kev. I want to do a Hum ride and you can train me, please. Come pick me up. I want to see too. It's like, hey, Jeff, I've been cherry picking my rides, average about $1.75 per mile. Is that decent? Oh, that's decent. $1.75 per mile is decent. Because just think about it. If you're doing $1.75 per mile, that's well over $1, real close to $2. So once you start getting those other $3, $4 a mile rides, it's going to get your average up a lot faster. It's the people that are doing $4, $5 a mile rides, and all of a sudden they start doing 50-cent a mile rides. That shit tanks your average, because you can't do. It's easier to be at $1.75, $1.50, $2 and get your average to go up than when you at that far extreme. You're way down at the bottom and you're trying to pull up out of a 50-cent a mile ride, 50 cent, 75-cent a mile ride. It's hard to pull up from that. So I say $1.75 is good, because it's easier to pull out of that hole right there. Are you a pigeon? Or you a P or a V? Say DMRS indeed. Yeah. So we have a lot of drivers with a PhD in cherry picking. Oh yeah. Because we had to get smart with it, man. We had to get smart with it, because these apps, there was too many pigeons out there going on all over the internet on every channel. You can even see them on every channel. Well, if you decline, you're going to get deactivated. You better take that. Like, these motherfuckers work for Uber or something. Like, how the fuck do you work for Uber? No, I'm a driver just like you. Then how the fuck you know? Jesse said, are you live? You silly, bro. Appreciate the super chat, man. Are you live? And that's what they were doing to us, man. They were sitting there telling us the whole time, well, you gotta take that. You can't just like decline rides. You're gonna get deactivated for cherry picking. You guys are stupid. I'm like, who the fuck is this person? Like, you just on the internet, dude. Like, who are you? Do you work for Uber? Do you work for Lyft? Are you inside of their like addendums and shit where you know? I'm like, because I go to the Uber. I did videos. I went to the Uber legal shit. And I pulled this shit out. I went to customer support. I asked them directly questions. I would rather ask Uber and Lyft directly than trust some random person on the internet. You're going to get deactivated for declining all them rides. I'm like, well, let me ask Uber and see. Uber's like, no, we give you the option to do that. You know, you're an independent contractor, decline what you want, don't want, take what you do want. I mean, you won't hit certain tiers, so you won't get certain. So I don't give a fuck about the tiers. I want the money. Give a fuck about no free hot dogs. You won't get a free hot dog, Jeff. You're declining so many rides. You know what? Them hot dogs are going to go over to Jimmy. Jimmy's getting a hot dog. You're not. I'm like, well, fuck them hot dogs. I go buy me a whole pack later on. I can care less. But it's like, that's how those drivers were, man. You get a free cookie. You get half off a Subway. You get some chips and shit. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck about it. I want the money. I ain't worried about that shit. Like, no, don't do me like that. And so that's why now you don't really see a lot of people on YouTube talking about being deactivated for declining rides. You don't see it no more because all of us got low ARs. All of us got low ARs, and we still driving every day. We still getting banging rides. And yet, where are all these people at? Where are they at? Nowhere to be fucking found. They ain't in the comments. They ain't in the chat. They ain't nowhere to be fucking found. Like, hey, I thought you guys said we're going to be deactivated. Like I said, motherfuckers will hate you when you got common sense and you do shit a certain way. They're going to hate you when they find out that they were wrong. And you ain't even do shit wrong. You tried to help them. You tried to give them good information. You were trying to tell them what's real. You was trying to be common sense with them. You even went to Uber Legal to guy ship. And what did they do? They started hating on you when they found out you was right and they weren't. Motherfuckers hate you for shit like that. It's like, why would you hate on somebody for being intelligent? Why would you hate on somebody for having common sense? If anything, I would hate on somebody if they were telling me the wrong shit. I would hate on somebody if they said, man, you told me that I couldn't deactivate. You told me I had to decline. I couldn't decline all these rides. You told me I was going to be deactivated. And now my AR is 100% and I'm broke as a motherfucker. You told me to have 100% AR and I was going to be much better off. Those are the type of people I would be hating on. But yet, we're declining like crazy. Our profit margins are going up. And we still get hated on for that shit because they hate on what they didn't create. We created smart drivers by doing exactly what we wanted to do, declining the shit that we didn't want, cancel what we didn't want. If we can turn something into a private ride because we know we're getting ripped off, we turn that shit to a private ride, and we all doing a little bit better. And these motherfuckers is hating that. They hating the success of a driver that's not struggling. It's like they wanted to create the struggle in us. Oh, man, I'm 98% AR. Yeah, you 98% AR, but you borrowing off your aunt just so you can make fucking rent. Because you ain't making no fucking money. So you got to borrow money from your aunt. Like I said, can't make $1,200 every 2 weeks, living a $1,900 every 2 week lifestyle. That shit's not, it's going to catch up to you after a while. It's like, man, Frida Salte, preaching, my man, pay attention, pigeons. Real shit, man. Yeah, the pigeons, they hate themselves and they projecting that shit on us. Exactly. And we sitting there trying to help them. Why would I tell these fucking pigeons like the smart way to drive? If I didn't like them, I would tell them the shitty way to drive. I would want to fuck all these pigeons up. Hey, you pigeons, make sure you take rides without surge. You're going to be better off. I would be saying that shit to them, but I'm trying to help these motherfuckers. I'm like, listen, man, y'all not doing something right. Y'all not generating profits right. You got to stop this shit. The point of elasticity, I've talked about that in so many of my videos and live streams. Uber and Lyft are using point of elasticity, and you got to go a month. You got to sacrifice. You've got to decline all shit rides for a good month. Shit rides for a month and a half, 2 months. You got to decline like crazy because the algorithm is testing your point of elasticity, seeing how low they can get you to take shit. They don't care if you broke or not. Their whole point of creating that algorithm is to generate profits for that app. So if you say, well, I declined 2 rides and now I'm not getting, no, you got to keep declining shit. Because when I get online and they see me on a declining frenzy, they go, okay, he ain't changed yet. He's the same person. He's not a pigeon. He ain't changed yet. But yet when they see the pigeons doing it, when they see the pigeons, what do they keep? They keep feeding the pigeons them shit rides. They gonna give me a good ride. They'll feed them 10 shit rides in a row and get them one banger. And at the end of the day, they done made the same amount of money we made. They done drove close to 400 miles and they done made $250, $300 off 400 miles. And we done drove 150 at $2 a mile and we sitting at 300. So we drove 150. They done drove 400, $250 variance. That's well over a half a tank of gas, almost 3/4 of a tank of gas you done burned, making the same amount of money I made. Tons of fucking miles you done drove that you didn't even have to drive. Wear and tear on your vehicle, curb checking, windshield chips, all that shit. You ain't had to do all that. But yet we try to tell them, Why don't you do something different? We try to help them out. Do something different. If you trapped in a hole and you listen to these other YouTube channels, keep your AR high, and and make sure that the app likes you and the app wants to be your buddy. App don't give a fuck about you. App ain't your fucking friend. App ain't got shit to do with you. Say that's miles better than $13 for 13 miles. Exactly. $27 2 rides, 13 miles. There you go. There you go. And that's how you do it. Yeah, some people don't want to progress, Jeff. Young boy, and that's what it is, man. Some people, when we back in the day, we call that shit stuck on stupid. Some people love that shit. Sorry, Jeff, I'll pick up Robin only. I don't have hum share. You have to catch a ride with someone else. I know hum share. I know instead of Roger, I got a hum share. Fucking that's funny shit. That's funny shit. Say, I don't have hum share. You have to catch a ride with someone else. I can only do one at a time, damn it. Yeah, just send my Navy hubby link to this live stream. Hey, baby, you're on BDPPP. Baby Daisy Puppy Poop Patrol. I like that. The Baby Daisy Puppy Poop Patrol. Hell yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit. Man, what's good? Never lack, never lack. Yeah, me and the algorithm go way back. DDS said this. Hey, the algorithm does not like me. They see you coming. I'm like, yeah, we done with this motherfucker. Hold up. They see you coming up and say, yeah, we done with this motherfucker. So these pigeons driving till they crash their car. Then they crash their friend's couch because they got evicted. Exactly, right, Flo. And we say that all the time. These people out here, they don't understand that if they're not driving for profits, you're driving at a loss. You can't just drive for bare minimum, because if you drive for bare minimum, you're not going to make it that far. You're not in the rideshare game. You're not going to make it that far. And I'm one of those people that clearly believe I would rather drive at a profit and not be busy at all than be busy as a motherfucker and actually be nowhere, spinning my wheels in mud. Nowhere. At the end of the day, I done drove for $1 a mile, 50 cents a mile, 70 cents a mile. Well, but I got $200. Yeah, but you went 225, 300 miles to make that. You could have just stayed home. You didn't have to do shit. Yeah. This is Rob said, yeah, what Cam said. Thanks, Rob. You and Cam are crazy. Hey, we're gonna come up to Scottsdale. Like I said, well, this live stream's been about an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna go for about another good 30 minutes because I just wanted to really get on here and talk about tomorrow, because tomorrow's gonna be a really good live stream. I would love to live stream 2 days in a row, so I'm gonna do a short one a day. Tomorrow's gonna be the good live stream. That's, like I said, we're gonna have Chris on here. This shit's gonna be crazy. And I'm glad that everybody who's on today's live stream is here. People who don't know what's happening tomorrow, oh, trust me, they're gonna be hitting up oh man, I missed the live stream, dog. I didn't even know. Hey, short bus always runs late. Don't worry about it. Steve is in the bus service. Exactly. 12 miles, 2 rides, 37.33. And that's how you got to do it, brother. That's how you got to do it. Say, Lyft sabotaging all my scheduled rides, lock me out with a comment. You're restricted for 2 weeks and then restricted 2 weeks again and again, doing a 30% turbo boost, first deduction, 40% of the fare. Dang. AP is going to be 3 p.m. tomorrow, April the 19th, 3 p.m. Hum CEO Chris live and in the mix right here on radio station WATZ. No, but yeah, and I'm telling you, Teresa, Missy, this is what they do to you. All these little boosts they giving people, they taking it back some other way. It's not even a boost. They're finding ways to say, hey, we're going to trick them. We're going to give them money, and then we're going to take it back on the back end. So they don't really give us shit. And I'm like, that's why when I look at boosts, I don't look at boost hours. I don't look at none of that shit. If it's a bonus hour of $6 a ride, $5 a ride, I'll do that. And I'll do all short rides. I'll try to do 4 or 5 short rides for that $5, make $20, $25 in free money. So that $20, $25 in free money added to all the rides I've did. But yet, if you try these boosts, 40%, 20%, 30%, look at your fares on those rides. You're only getting like 40-something cents a mile, 50-something, 60 cents a mile. You ain't getting nothing per mile. But they're saying, oh, yeah, we're going to give you a boost. No, you're not. That's just a number on there. You're giving me a reduction, and then you're trying to add it back, acting like you're giving me money. Nobody falls for that shit. Nobody falls for it. Hey, Jill said, hopefully you're going to help me out with repairs of my truck. Rather pay you than the shop. Yeah, brother. Hey, man, if I actually got time, man, because like I said, I know it gets pretty detailed and intense with these repairs. I know my neighbor, Billy, he's probably called me 3 times while I've been on this live stream. He's got wheel cylinders on this truck across the street. I keep seeing his name pop up on my phone. I'll call it. I don't think he knows I do live streams like that. So he's calling me like a motherfucker right now, like probably like, Jeff, I got the parts. It's like, I'll get to it, brother. Don't worry about it. My day is, like I said, I wake up late when I drive at night and everything. And when I wake up, I hit the ground running. I'm already in the mix. I got 10 text messages, 4 missed phone calls, emails galore and shit like that. So while I'm cooking my breakfast, I'm going through everything, trying to find it out. So then the pigeon ends up in another channel stating that he got screwed by Hertz because they killed his own car because they want to stay busy. Exactly, Melly. And that's what it is, man. And when we was putting out videos about Hertz, playing drivers, doing this shit, nobody believed us, man. Nobody believed us. Like I said, this channel has always been on the front edge of the curve. So many other channels, yeah, you're going to have to, rent a car because it's beneficial, because buying a car has cost so much and it's so expensive to buy it. I'm like, bro, you're throwing your money back into corporate America. When you throw your money back into corporate America, you're building the same people who are trying to get rid of you. Why would you give money to people who are trying to get rid of you? That shit don't make no sense. If anything, I'd rather go help out a buy here, pay here lot who I know if I do right by them, I can go get another car later because they going to want to sell me a car. Hey, Jeff came to it because I remember when I bought my white Cadillac, I wrecked the car, didn't have good credit when I was a kid, went to a buy here, pay here lot, and it was like $4,000 for this Cadillac. I paid that shit off like in 2 months. And if they gave me like a year or two to pay that shit off, I paid that shit off like in 2 months. It was like, man, if you need another car, you just come to us. I told y'all, motherfucker, I got a little money. I just don't have good credit because I buy everything in cash. I was stupid back then. I was hood rich. I bought everything in cash when I was little. Oh, I'm gonna buy this in cash, motherfucker. Yeah. I'm gonna go buy this in cash, motherfucker. Look at me, I got cash. Dumbest shit ever. If you got, let's say I had $50,000 and I want to buy a truck that's $40,000. Why would I pay cash for that truck? This is the dumbest shit ever because it's never on paper. Nobody ever knows my obligations. If it's a $40,000, what you do is you go in and you say, okay, I'm going to pay you $10,000 down. Give me a $30,000 loan. Okay, they give you a $30,000 loan. Let that shit hit your credit. The moment it hits your credit, take the other money in, take the $30,000 in and be like, here. It's like, oh, you had the money all the time. I just wanted this to hit my credit so that I paid off a car. That's all. Like, motherfucker, why don't you just give us the $40,000 up front? Well, because if I gave you the $40,000 up front, it would never make my credit score jump 125 fucking points, would it? No. When you're young, you don't understand how important credit is. Credit is your word. That's all it is your word. And if you can tell banks and anybody else your word, like when I went and got the Beamer, I just put in for a loan the other day. Like, my bank knows I have a loan on the BMW. When I wanted the BMW, I just went and bought it. They said, how much you want? I said, okay. So my banker said, okay, here's the Beamer's yours. Go get the keys. I have no money down, no shit like that. They know I'm a rideshare driver. I don't need no money down. So I went and got the Beamer. I put in the loan the other day to go get an SUV. And they said, well, which SUV you want? I said, that one right there. They said, okay, well, go get it then. So there's an SUV out there, set of keys waiting on me. But I won't finalize the paperwork because I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold the fuck. Now I got 2 loans out right now. So I told him, I said, they keep sending me stuff. Jeff, please, let's finalize this deal. I'm like, I don't want to finalize the deal yet. Give me some time to think about it. This is another $40,000 right now, another 40 G's. Now I could go there and get it and I can start doing private rides, but I want to get my private client base up a little. I didn't think I was going to get that much money that quick, but they were like, dude, if you want to go get, because they know me, they see my deposits all the time. They see what the fuck hitting my bank account. They're not stupid. That's why I say, go to your bank and get a loan. Don't go to a car lot and let them run your shit. Because they're going to try to set you up one of their creditors and they're going to put a few points on it so they can get some money out of it. It's like, no, credit is very important when you want to make business moves. And most business people are going to need credit. Whether you're a major corporation, you're going to have credit lines. You're going to have notes payables. You're going to have credit lines. You're going to have a lot of shit as a business. And yet you're bringing in millions and millions of dollars in revenue. And yet you still have a credit line. That's business shit. And when I was young, I was stupid. Oh, I'm paying for all this in cash, motherfucker. Look at this shit. Drop 5 G's cash, motherfucker. 20 G's cash. Stupid motherfuckers. They never see the future. You can walk up, buy a house around the corner. Hey man, I want this house. They want this much for it. How much will you give me a loan for it? We can give you a loan for probably this much. Cool. How much you gonna put in equity? I'll put $15,000, $20,000. Damn, okay. And that's the deal. You just bought a whole nother piece of fucking property. You can rent it out right now if you felt like it. That's the importance of credit. And a lot of people always, like I said, when you hood rich, you always think cash. Yeah, I got this in cash, motherfucker. I got this in cash. You want to get things in cash, but you don't want to pay things out in cash. Get cash coming in, use that cash as your buffer, and say, I want to go get this on credit. And you look at your interest rate. Like right now, they're saying interest rates are 7%. My interest rate on my car is like 3.9 or some shit like that, low 4%, something like that. So that's a whole nother 3 points. And I'm like, shit, that's a lot of money on top of, So I told him, I said, give me a minute. Let me think this shit through. Let me think it through before I finalize this deal. So they gave me until May the 10th to finalize the deal. After May the 10th, I have to redo the deal all over again. I got time. It's only the fucking 18th. If you're giving me till May the 10th, cool. I got time. I ain't in a rush. Motherfucker, I still got like 20, 30 days. I don't give a fuck. I'll kick back and relax for a while. Go eat me some motherfucking crusty dusties and shit. Jeff, what you doing? Thinking about this truck if I want to go pick it up. Eat me a crusty dusty at the Quick Trip. Fuck that shit. Says, can I write my car extended warranty on my taxes? Anything that's business related. You can write off these fucking drinks all day if you felt like it. And the good thing is, Steven, whenever you talk business with people, like if you, let's say me and you went to Denny's and we sit down, we eating, get the receipt. Be like, I want that receipt. Why? Because we was talking about business. You know, we talked about, you know, interest and loans and rideshare and potentially getting other cars. Throw that shit in the shoebox. Every time you bite a fucking sandwich, tell somebody, hey man, I do private rides. This is my business card, blah, blah, blah. You just bit a fucking sandwich and rolled up this whole fucking meal. But first, like I said, you can't go eat the lunch and then later that day, talk to somebody 2 hours later about business, say, well, I had a business lunch. No, you ate 2 hours ago. Bite that motherfucking sandwich and tell somebody, hey man, I'm a private driver. Here's my business card, blah, blah, blah. If they ever audit you, say, you know what? I'm gonna prove to you motherfuckers, y'all lying, y'all fuck with me. I'm gonna subpoena the records of that restaurant and you'll see right there. That's me eating my sandwich and I'm talking, and you see me get that business card out. That was a business lunch. Always market yourself. Always promote yourself. Always be out doing something. If you buying clothes, buy clothes for your rideshare business. You can buy a fucking suit, nice ass suit. Say, well, I'm gonna wear it to church, but then I'm gonna wear it working one night. Just wear it to work one night. Fuck it. You just wrote off a fucking $300-$400 suit because you drove in it one night. And people will say, oh, yeah, he was driving. Be on the app, driving around, video yourself, do whatever the fuck you want to do. If they ever audit you, like, motherfucker, I bought that suit for work. I just happened to wear it to church one day. That's all. Anything you do, because we're independent contractors, why do you think rich people only pay themselves $1? Every time you see somebody in a major position, they say, well, my salary is $1. Because they're living on the company. They're writing everything off anyways. Everything that they do is on the company. They're doing everything in the company's name. 24 hours a day, they're doing company shit. The cell phone, company cell phone. That motherfucking Lambo Urus is a company Lambo Urus. The flights I'm taking, that's all company shit. How much you make? I make $1 a year. How you living like this making $1 a year, motherfucker? You gotta know how taxes work. That's all. You can write all this shit off if you wanted to. Like, so I turned on Lyft for 3 consecutive days, only using to pick up leads for my private rides. I'm telling you, Miss T, that's what we do. That's what we do. And that's why I can't wait until Chris speaks tomorrow, because he knows how I use Hum. A lot of people know how everybody who gets in my car, no matter for what reason, they're going to get a Hum card before they get out. They're going to get a little conversation before they get out. Everything I do is a business. So I'm sitting there telling them about Hum. I give them a card, this and that. Hopefully when I turn my app on, I start getting Hum pings from the people I'm dropping off. If I don't, it's cool. If they call me directly, it's cool. But no matter what, your leads are people who you have busted your ass for. You've paid Uber and Lyft how much money for marketing? How much money have you paid Uber and Lyft out of your expenses for marketing to these people? You driving your car, years, miles, fuel, tires. All these people getting in your car are people you have paid for. Everybody getting in your car, when you sit up there and you say, hey man, you paid $32 for this ride, I'm getting $16. You paid for that person to be in your car. You paid $16. That's more your client than it is Uber and Lyft. You paid $16 for them to be in your car because there's marketing fees involved in there. So market to those motherfuckers. Give them your card. Give them another company card, isn't it? And Uber and Lyft, well, you know, it's illegal. It's against policy to market the people in the car. Well, it's against policy of you to steal my fucking tips too. Let's talk about that. If it's against policy for you to steal my tips, why are you stealing my tips? If you don't abide by your own policy and you keep paying for settlements of doing shit that's against policy on your platform, your people stealing from drivers, if that's against your policy, don't talk to me about policy. That's a conversation me and you ain't having. It's not. You doing what the fuck you want to do? I'm doing the fuck I want to do. You gonna make some money? I'm gonna make some money. You stay out of my face, I stay out of your face. That's how businesses run. I don't hit up your customer support for shit. Don't hit me up for shit. You stealing from me? Guess what? I'm gonna do what it do. If you don't want me to do what it do, pay me right. I know what right feels like. I know what wrong looks like. You do me wrong, I'm gonna do what it do. Just how it is. This is fucking business. Shit's cutthroat. It's cutthroat. I ain't trying to be nice to these motherfuckers. I'm really not, because they're not trying to be nice to me. When your car runs into a fucking ditch and gets all fucked up, are they trying to be nice to you? Can you call customer support and be nice? No, this is business. This shit's cutthroat. So for everybody that gets in your car, you've paid for them to be in your car. Look at all the fees you've worked for, you've earned. You're the earner. You've earned the money to pay for the marketing to get that person in your car. You have more rights to that person than Uber and Lyft have to that person. You've earned that right. You are the earner. They ain't the fucking earner. You're the earner. When you earn that money, you earn that little fee they get off, that little percentage they get off, that little promotion they get. You've earned all that shit on your back. So if I want to tell this motherfucker, hey, you can take me, I can take you to the airport tomorrow morning. I've already paid for the marketing to this person. Look at my fees that's coming out of this fucking ride. I've already paid the market to them. I paid for that. I've earned that money. So you can't tell me nothing. Jeff, you can't talk to that person about this, man. You can shut the fuck up talking to me. This is a conversation we ain't having. For real. Like, you got Surge popping up soon. That's a conversation we can have. You got a quest coming for me. That's a conversation we can have. You want to talk to me about how I'm talking to people in my car? Shut the fuck up talking to me. That's a conversation we not having. And it's like, it's not even worth my time to talk about it. So hang the fucking phone up, keep riding, keep driving, keep doing what you got to do. I don't deal with these fucking people. They don't call me. I don't call them. They don't call me. I do business. When I turn the app on, I am engaging with them. They tell you that in the contract. We don't engage with you. They tell you that shit. We don't engage with you. They don't. They don't fuck with me like that. I engage with them. When I'm ready to work, I engage with them. And they say, you engage with our tech. So therefore, when I'm engaging with them, I'm paying for marketing services, because all the fees coming out, that's marketing fees. That means these are my people too. They ain't just your people. These are my people. I'm going to give them options. You think you got to pay $50 for this? Guess what? I got options. You got Lyft on your phone? Yeah. What's Lyft charging? Oh, well, Uber's charging 50. Damn, Lyft charging 72. Cool. So I guess you ain't going to take Lyft. No, I don't want to take Lyft because Lyft is charging more. Okay, cool. What's Hum charging? Well, Uber's charging 50. Lyft charging 72. Hum charging 35. You got options. What you want to do? Motherfucker, what you want to do? You want to use Lyft? No, Lyft is paying too much. So you want to use Hum? Let's use Hum. All right, let me cancel this motherfucker then. This is your choice. This is your choice. When I give people a fucking choice, that's just what I do. I'm that contractor. I'll give you a choice. Uber ain't going to give you a choice because they want your money. Lyft ain't going to give you a choice because they want your money. Hum's going to try to give you a choice. So, hey, you know what? If the driver going to give you 100%, if you're going to pay this, the driver gets 100% of that money you pay. Do you want the driver to have 100% of the money you pay? Or do you want a driver to get 30 to 40 to 50% of the money you pay? What do you want to do as a rider? What do you want to do? If you say, well, I don't give a fuck what the driver get, I care less about this driver. You fuck out of my car then. That's your choice. If you tell me to my face you don't care about me, get the fuck out of my car. And I'm easy going like that. I'm not gonna try to hold you hostage in my shit knowing you don't care about me. You can get the fuck out of my car. I'll unlock the door for you. Click, you can get out. You don't care about me, go pay the 70. Shit. It's like, care less. So you're in double digits if you're in a pigeon cleanse. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Direct competition fixes all of this bullshit. 2024, year to take down of Uber and Lyft. That's what I'm saying. We are the competition for them. We are driving for our competition. That's the sad part. We are beefing up our own competition. They're trying to get rid of us. I'm telling you, Miss T, I don't even see how these motherfuckers out there don't even see it. Oh, I'm going to be a Lyft driver for the next 20 years, next 15 years. Next motherfucker, you might not be a Lyft driver next week. They could just get rid of your ass for no reason at all. No reason. So it's like, if you're in competition with your own job every day against the people who you're contracting with, you need to get from up under that umbrella in some way. I can't tell you what way to do it, because a lot of motherfucking haters out there in YouTube land know how I do. I did it before Hum. Y'all know how I get down. Jeff, you got to quit advocating for cash rides. I'm like, man, you got to quit telling me what to fucking say. It's like, that's what I say. You ain't telling me shit. I don't know you as an adult. I don't know you. I have an adult mentality where I can do whatever I want to do because I have no supervisor. I'm still on planet Earth. I'm still in the fucking universe. As long as I'm within the law of not doing wrong by anybody. I'm not trying to kill nobody, rob nobody, defraud nobody. If I feel like taking somebody to the airport, I'm going to take them to the airport. Whether it's I could take my son to the airport. I ain't got to charge him no money. You can say, well, you can't take your son to the airport because it's not an Uber or Lyft ride. So he's a human on planet fucking Earth who's going to sit in my car with a suitcase and I'm going to get him to the airport. If my neighbor across the street, she's a human. She's got a suitcase. She's on planet fucking Earth. I'm going to take her to the airport. And you can't tell me one human and another human, I can't take the human across the street, but I can take the human that lives fucking 100 feet from her. because she decides to give me $30 for my time and consideration. I'll give you $30, Jeff. Thank you so much. No problem, Miss Human with a suitcase trying to get to the airport. Appreciate it. But my son, he's a human with a suitcase trying to get to the airport. He ain't paying me shit. So you saying that's the only person I can take? The person not paying me shit? Doubt it. Shit. You give me $100, let's go to the airport. Fuck what you talking about. Because I need that 100. I need it. I got a phone bill coming up. I got some shit coming down the pipe. I'm being considerate to you. You're going to be considerate back to me. We cool. We cool. I appreciate you. Hey, man, I appreciate you taking me to the airport. I appreciate you paying my phone bill. We both win. The losers are the fucking people out there. You shouldn't be able to do that. Why? You want me to be broke? Well, if you need $100, you need to just go get a W-2, man. You need to shut the fuck up talking to me because I'm an adult who does what I do. You're a motherfucker on YouTube. I don't know you. So your advice on how to live my life don't fucking count to me. It really don't count to me because I've done this shit for 50 years, almost 51. What I do counts. What you say, I have no idea who the fuck you are. Your shit don't count. So it's like when I wake up every day and I go out, I'm going to do shit that counts because I'm the one who's responsible for every bill that comes to this fucking house, every bill to that phone, every repair on that car. These raggedy motherfuckers on YouTube, they just run their fucking mouth. They ain't responsible for shit that I got to deal with. So what they say, it doesn't hold a lot of weight in my world. It really don't. And I appreciate them for coming through and trying to give me advice, but they got to realize I don't take advice from motherfuckers I don't know. I ain't verified none of these motherfuckers. I don't know who they are, so I don't take advice from them. I take advice from me. I've been doing this for a long time. So Uber verification is trash. Exactly. Uber verification is shitification. Exactly. Say, care less, you be walking home and tell you. Tell you, hey, Robin, I'm telling you, they mad. Megan says, exactly, motherfucker, exactly. And I'm like I said, I'm one of those easygoing people. I don't want to control nobody out there. I tell people, use your brain, be an adult in the world you live in and in the existence you have to live, and you make the decisions you got to make. You're advocating for. No, I'm advocating for you to shut the fuck up and let people be adults. That's all I'm advocating for. I'm not advocating for shit. I say, if you don't wake up and do shit how you know how it to be done, you're going to fuck around with a shot in your fucking body and you're going to get fucking Bell's palsy in a couple of fucking weeks. That's what's going to happen if you don't use your fucking brain. That's what I'm telling you. I advocate for you. You're doing what's good for you. If you feel you need that shot, knock yourself the fuck out. Jeff, you're an anti-vaxxer. You're advocating to be against vaccine. No, I'm not, motherfucker. I'm just anti-mRNA because I don't understand that shit and I don't think that shit belongs in my body. That's all I'm saying. You're a dangerous person. You're advocating for people to be dangerous, whatever, motherfucker. And for the people who said, Jeff, I'm going to listen to a common sense shit. I'm going to advocate for common sense. Common sense is you taking care of yourself. That's all you can do. Don't listen to none of these motherfuckers that don't know what they're talking about. Don't, because they don't walk your path. They don't live your life. They don't understand the structure of your existence. They don't understand the bills you got to deal with, the people you fuck with every day. They don't understand shit about you. These motherfuckers got usernames on your screen. That's it. They don't know shit about you. And they think they can just tell you what to do. Don't do a cash ride. That's liable. Motherfucker, you driving in your car is a liability. What the fuck are you talking about? Just you driving down the street is a liability. It ain't got shit to do with cash rides. It's people just wreck cars. People just live life. But if I drive the way I drive and do things the way I do, I don't ride in curb lane. Maybe you do ride in curb lane. So maybe you've had a whole lot of fucking wrecks in your life ain't riding in curb lane, and I ain't had none because I don't ride in curb lane. We different fucking people. I know how to operate in these streets. I see shit. I pay attention to what the fuck is going on in these streets, and you probably don't, which is why you have fears that I don't have. Not everybody has the same fears. Some people are scared of heights. Some people are scared of flying planes. Some people are scared of riding trains. Some people are scared to be on ships. Some motherfuckers won't even swim in the ocean. That's on them. I can't make somebody go swim in the ocean because I do. Dude, the ocean is safe. I surf all the fucking time. The first day they go out in the ocean, they get ate by a fucking shark. Now how do I feel? I'm like, I told that motherfucker to go out there. He's like, not for you. Jesse's like, are you verified? What's up? Appreciate that, brother. Are you verified? For real. And it's like there's too many people who are like self-important to the point where they feel that they should be the sole decision maker of other people's lives. And I tell people, you gotta trust your gut, man. You got to do what feels good to you. Trust your gut. And that's not me telling you to trust your gut. That's me saying, hey, be true to you. Be true to you. Don't be true to me. I'm just a motherfucker with a microphone. You ain't got to be true to me, but you got to trust your gut. If you don't feel comfortable doing some shit, don't do it. The fuck that got to be advocating for anything. I don't advocate for shit except you being true to you. Well, you tell people people do what the fuck they want to do. I ain't got to tell people shit. If I say I do cash rides and I say I do these type of rides, well, that's me saying what I do. Well, when you say it, you're using your platform for people got ears. They're going to hear what I say. But behind those ears is a motherfucking brain, which means they ain't got to do what I say. They going to do what they want to do. Ears are just ears. These motherfuckers is attached to your motherfucking head. That's all they are. They're a pair of fucking ears. Some people can hear with them. Some people are deaf. For the motherfuckers that can hear me, they can hear me. For the people that are deaf, I got closed captioning on my shit and they can see me. All my videos got closed captioning. So you can see me. Even with your eyes, you can read shit. That don't mean because you got a brain behind those eyes. You got a brain behind your ears. You ain't got to do shit I say. And a lot of these motherfuckers, well, you're saying, I don't give a fuck what I say. Why do you give a fuck what I say? Why do you care what I say? If I can influence you and you don't know who the fuck I am to that degree, that means you haven't thought about it yourself. Think about it yourself and go, you know what? I think I'm going to try that. That shit makes sense. I like that. I'm going to do that. But if you say, you know what? I'm not going to do that. That don't make sense to me. I'm not going to be mad. I still do it anyways. Well, Jeff, I'm not going to do that. Cool, then don't. Yeah, and I don't think you should do it either, Jeff. Now you should shut the fuck up. Now you're crossing the boards now. You're going too far. When you start telling me what you think I should do, yeah, you're going too far. Jeff on Debo mode tonight. Man, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers be killing me, man. They be killing me. Exactly, but we all grown. And we're going to make our own choices no matter what we see. I might hear music saying, go spray these motherfuckers up. I'm not going to walk in the club and spray nobody the fuck up. I heard it in the music. That don't mean I'm going to do it. Oh, man, you need to walk up in the club, spray these motherfuckers up, kill these motherfuckers. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I hear it. I'm just dancing to it, but that don't mean I'm going to do it. You can't call it, hey, man, I was listening to your music last night, and you said spray these motherfuckers up. You mean that? It's like, I'm not emailing these motherfuckers. I'm just dancing. But it's like, when you hear something, you're going to say, hey, either you going to do this or not. Like Billy said, we all grown. Motherfuckers say what they want to say. We're going to just get it. If I want to go make money today, I know that there's ways to make money, and these apps are going to play me in the process of doing it. I know exactly how to do it. So I'm going to do it. For the people that say, well, I know I can make money, but I want to make sure the apps are, then that means you're still on a plantation. You still on a plantation. Because I'll tell you right now, do you know how many slave revolts it was back in slave days in America? There were so many revolts that they only documented a few of them because they didn't want to document every one of them, because if they documented all of them, it would give the illusion that, hey, y'all, if we all stand together at the same time, we could do this, because they all were revolting at different times. It's kind of like how we were doing on Valentine's Day, how we all stood up on Valentine's Day together, and it made a huge stink. But see, when we do individual protests here, there, it don't work like that. You got to do all this shit in unison. So all the revolutions that were going on all the plantations, they didn't tell everybody at one time. They didn't put out mass media in the newspaper back then. Hey, slaves are revolting on my plantation. Hey, they revolting on mine too. Holy shit, mine too, man. They didn't just put fucking notifications out about that shit. They kept it down. They didn't want to talk about it. But for the ones that were major, they would speak on it because it would gain so much traction you couldn't help but speak on it. Kind of like what we did on Valentine's Day. Same shit. So when everybody wants to sit up there and say, we're going to do all this at one hit, we doing this all at one hit, oh, they going to say something about it. But as long as we keep doing little small nitpick shit, nah, they don't fuck with, nah, we ain't going to deal with them. They're just, they're just trying. They're trying. They're good. They're trying. They ain't doing nothing. So if you want to do something major in the rideshare community, first thing you got to do is worry about yourself. Don't worry about these fucking plantations. They're going to do whatever it takes to squash anything you ever do to keep it at a minimum. So that means while you there, plot, plan, get your money, get your profits. Don't worry about trying to please these motherfucking, corporate slave masters. Fuck them. I'm not trying to please them, because they definitely not trying to please us, because they know what they can do to help us. They don't give a shit. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck do people think is so incredibly safe about Uber and Lyft? And nobody want to talk about the $2,500 deductible. Exactly. Nobody wants to discuss that. And see, me, I know I drive on it. And I sit there and go, I'll never use that shit. I'll use my own insurance before I use those motherfuckers. You really think I'm going to use Uber and deductible and use a $2,500 deductible? No, I'm going to call my own attorney, and my attorney's going to figure that shit out. My insurance is going to cover it somehow. I'm not playing with the games with these apps. Oh, y'all got to come over $2,500 because no, fuck that. You will never hear me using that $2,500 deductible ever, ever. I've been doing this shit for 5 years. I've been renting that Jeep, 3 times now? 3 times. Luckily, nothing happened to my Jeep. My insurance fixed my Jeep or whatever. My insurance fixed it. And then went after that dude's insurance. It ain't had shit to do with Uber or Lyft. You call your attorney, you get all that shit fucking squared away like that. Motherfucker hit you. If you ain't got uninsured motorists on your shit, underinsured motorists, that's a problem you got to deal with. That ain't shit I got to deal with. Put all the shit on your insurance that you need on your insurance. Trying to use Uber and Lyft's insurance with a deductible that high? Fuck no. Nope, not happening. Not happening. And that's why I'd rather do private rides than doing those kind of rides. Because if I gave my son a ride, do you think my insurance would cover my son in a car? Because on my insurance, it says passengers with an S on it. It says driver and passengers. It says what I'll cover for the driver, what I'll cover for all my passengers. It says that on my insurance. So if I'm driving my son around, do you think I would use Uber with my son in the car and have to pay $2,500 deductible? Or should I use my private insurance with my son in my car? So if your insurance covers passengers with an S on it, ask them what kind of passengers do you cover? It'll say, well, only passengers that are riding for free. That's all you got to tell me. I mean, you can't tell me, well, it has to be passengers that are directly related to you. Then you need to put that in the contract. Only passengers that are directly related to me. Only passengers that are affiliated have the same DNA that I have. Only passengers that live in my household. You have to say that on my insurance for me to know which passenger you're talking about. But if you say passengers on my insurance and I'm paying and I got coverage for my passengers, is it passengers? Well, they have to be riding for free. If a passenger gives you $5, they're automatically not covered. If a passenger gives you $2, they're not covered anymore. If they give you $2, because then that's a business transaction. They gave you $2. Or they gave you $100 as a favor. You know, we can't cover you as a favor. Then that means everybody's insurance policy across the boards is full of shit. Because I guarantee somebody gave somebody money who don't even do rideshare. Somebody gave somebody money to do them a favor, and they did it, had a wreck, and I bet the insurance never called and said, hey, did you get this dude $15 to take your daughter to school? Yeah, oh, that's more like a rideshare deal. I don't drive rideshare. Doesn't make a difference. They gave you $15. Dude, I'm a W-2 employee. I go to work. I'm sorry, but they gave you $15. You took their daughter here. That's a business transaction. You've got to do that with Uber and Lyft. You got to sign up for Uber and Lyft and do that through Uber and Lyft. But I'm not an Uber and Lyft driver. Doesn't make you have to sign up for them if you want to take people somewhere. You can't just do that on your own anymore. There's a new law. You ain't never heard no shit like that. People out there are always doing rides and transactions for favors, financial or not. Hey, man, I'm going to make you a pie. Hey, I'm going to go grocery shop for you. Hey, man, I'll pay your phone bill for you. People been doing that shit for generations. But the way they keep you on the plantation is put fear in your heart. That if you drive somebody in your car, you better put them on Uber and Lyft and use Uber Lyft insurance. Because if you do it in your own car, your insurance don't cover passengers. Well, why does it say passengers on my insurance policy? Well, that's for different kind of passengers. What kind of passengers are you talking about? Passengers that you know. Does it say passengers that I know on my insurance? It just says passengers. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Is passengers now a subjective term? Subjective to what you feel a passenger is? Is a passenger under 5 feet tall? Is a passenger over 6 feet tall? What is a passenger? Is that subjective to you? Well, it's the passenger that gave you $20. Okay, if they give you more than $20, then that means that they're no longer a passenger now. They're a business now. Is that what you're saying? How subjective is the word passengers? Because to me, a passenger is anybody in my car that's not a fucking driver. And my insurance says passengers on it. It never says passengers who didn't give you any money. That shit don't say that. Means I can use that private vehicle to drive this motherfucker all around this city. I can pick up a hitchhiker. I can pick up somebody with a broken down car. Hey, man, my car just broke down, dog. Can you take me and my kids to our hotel down the street? No problem, man. No problem. I understand how it is, man. I'm a single dad, too. Hop in. Motherfuckers hop in. We drive. Bam, we have an accident. Does it cover them because they're my passengers? Well, they were hitchhikers on the side of the road. Yeah, but they never gave me no money, though. But they're still hitchhikers on the side of the road. They're not real passengers. See, that's how subjective passengers can be. And you got all these motherfuckers out there that want to talk about what a passenger is instead of a motherfucker that's not sitting behind the wheel. I'm behind the wheel. I'm the driver. Passengers in every other fucking seat. That's the way I look at it. And a lot of, they gave you $10. They're a paying passenger. That's a business now. Well, what if they didn't give me shit? Then they're good. So that means that when I get into an accident, Nobody fucking paid me. That's all that means. If that's what you're telling me, say, what up, do something different? Yeah, I didn't get a notification. Man, YouTube is bugging. Oh, yeah, they've been fucking up comments for like 2 days now. Comments and everything's been fucked up. My insurance says ride for hire. Exactly, John. And that's the thing. If people even that don't have, who aren't rideshare drivers or ride for hire drivers, if those people, like my neighbor across the street, let's say she's 70-year-old lady, she don't do rideshare. She's got a car. She don't do rideshare. Let's say I have to go somewhere and I say, Barb, my car is at a shop. Can you take me to a shop? I say, and I know you're kind of busy. I'll buy you lunch. And she takes me to the shop to pick up my car. I buy her lunch, give her $15, buy her lunch. We have an accident. Is she covered as far as me being her passenger? Because she don't do rideshare at all. I gave her $15 to help a rideshare driver out, go get my car. Is she now not covered on insurance because I was a passenger in her car that gave her $15? See what I'm saying? This passenger shit can get out of hand. There's people on this planet. Not everybody drives rideshare. 100% of the people that own cars do not do rideshare. I don't buy it. Most people may think that shit. I don't think it. I don't believe it. So that means when you have an insurance policy on your car and your car says driver and passengers, and you're not a rideshare driver, does that mean you're allowed to get $15 as a favor, $20 as a favor, $100 if you take me well over here? Are you allowed to get that? Or does your insurance automatically become voided because you turned into a for hire driver instantly the moment somebody slid you $100 for taking them somewhere? Because how are we going to change this fucking game? How are we going to change the game? Yeah, nobody asked me for, none of my friends asked me for free rides. Yeah. And I'll tell people, it doesn't make a difference if somebody gives you money or not. If you're doing this in the, let's say I'm doing a ride for a company, like a true company ride. Like, hey, Jeff, we're going to a retreat. Can you take our people to a retreat? Cool, I can. You might want to have insurance for that because you're being actually hired as a driver for a retreat. That's it. And they're going to invoice you and pay you through an invoice, and you're going to be on their business shit. And they got to go through company policies and say, make sure every contract you deal with has this level of insurance, has this. Now you got to do. But if they say, we don't care, we don't give a shit, just get here, motherfucker. So Nancy next door says, Jeff, I got to get to a retreat. I missed the fucking bus. You're my neighbor. How about I just give you $20? Take me up to that retreat up there. Is that a corporate company ride? No, that's not a company corporate ride. That's Nancy across the street who missed the corporate bus, who's got all the invoices and shit. She missed that bus. So she's asking me, her neighbor across the street, Jeff, take me up to the retreat. I'll give you $20. I'm not working for the company. My friend across the street, my neighbor across the street said, hey, take me up there. I'll give you $20. Cool, no problem. Appreciate the donation for gas. Appreciate it. You can say, well, that was a business ride. No, she missed the business ride. That was the invoice ride. She missed the invoice ride. I'm just her buddy across the street that owns a car. Now, because I'm a rideshare driver, should she go next door to the person that's not a rideshare driver and say, hey, you got a nice big black truck? Since Jeff drives rideshare, I can't ask him, because if I ask him and give him $20, he's a rideshare driver and they're going to call it a business ride. You're not a rideshare driver right next door to Jeff. I'm going to give you the $20 to take me because you're not a rideshare driver. Okay. They get into a wreck. Does their insurance cover them? She's not a rideshare driver. She just asked the neighbor next to me to avoid anything happening with a rideshare driver. This is why I say you have to have a good attorney. You have to. And rideshare, because these people will fuck you over. They will deny every claim you got based on the most fucked up shit. You got to have a good attorney. When you have a good attorney under your belt, trust me, you're going to get your due in court. And if they don't get your due in court, ask for a jury. I would like to have a jury. I want a trial by jury. Ask for one. They don't want to have a trial by jury because once you get a trial by jury, there's this shit called punitive damages that can happen. Punitive damages, woo. They don't want to deal with that shit. There's no cap on some of that shit. No cap. And they don't want to deal with that. They want to keep you out of court by denying your claim, letting the statute of limitations die out, and you end up with nothing in the end. That's what they want to do. But when you know your shit, you got a good attorney, you ask for a jury by trial, yeah, they gonna change their tune real fucking quick. Real quick. And you ask me, well, Jeff, how do you know this shit? Say, motherfucker, because I had a wreck back in 2006. Somebody rear-ended me at a stoplight, and they told me that they weren't gonna give me shit because the car wasn't even registered yet. I'm like, I just bought the fucking car in Orange County, and I drove the shit to Vegas. I didn't have time to register it yet. I didn't even have time to put insurance on it yet. I left Orange County, got it to fucking Vegas, and I was taking a phone to Best Buy, and somebody rear-ended me. So they were like, well, how much you bought a car for? It don't matter if I got the car for $1. You're not giving me $1. It's like, I don't give a fuck if I got the car for free. It don't mean you're not giving me shit. You're giving me the value of what this car is, plus everything else that's involved. They was like, we ain't giving you shit. I was like, okay, I would like a trial by jury. Hartford cut me a check for $25,000 quick as a motherfucker. I ain't even have no attorney. I have no attorney or nothing. And my homegirl Trace at the time, she's married to my boy T May. She was working at State Farm or something like that back in the day. And she was like, Jeff, you should just take the little $2,000 they give you. Take the $3,000. She was saying that because she works for insurance. You should take the $2,000. You should take the $3,000. And I was like, that didn't even pay for the car I just bought. And Jody, she got hurt in it. My airbags exploded, fucked everything up. I went to chiropractor and everything. I was like, no, I'm not taking that. Well, you should just take what you can get. I say, you know what? I'm going to do shit different. I'm going to construct an email to let them know that I would like a jury by trial for my situation. These motherfuckers cut me at $25 quick as a motherfucker. Here you go. We're done with your situation. Agree to settle this case. I said, okay, I agree to settle it. I only paid like $5,000 for the car. They gave me $25,000. And it was like, like I said, I took the LSAT. I was going to become an attorney. I got offers from 10 law schools. I say this shit all the time. I got offers from 10 different law schools. I'm a sharp fucking person. I'm not highly intelligent, but I grew up in the fucking streets. I got common sense. Law, all it requires is common sense. You don't have to even be right when it comes to law. You just have to have more support and documentation than those motherfuckers have. That's it. You ain't got to be right. Just be better than them that day. And that's how law works. Law is very subjective. It's not objective. Objective is math. 2 + 2 is 4. You can't argue that. Law, you can argue. And once you got something that you can argue and make it very subjective, be the best that day in court. It's all you got to do is just be the best that day. Man. No, time to wake up. Real shit, man. You're a highly intelligent, my friend. I don't know, man. And you know what's funny? Somebody was asking me one day, says, dude, what do you think your IQ is? I said, I could care less. I don't even know what it is. I could care less what it is. Because I think it's a man-made number based on a man-made system. I mean, think about how massive the universe is. The only people that want to know what IQ is the people on this fucking planet. That's it. Somebody who's beyond the fucking even the realm of IQ makes spaceships. I mean, we see them all the time. What do you think the IQ level of those motherfuckers that make spaceships is? What do you think? It doesn't make a difference. They're way fucking smarter than us, and that's all that really matters. So some of these numbers I don't give a fuck about them. You say, dude, what do you think? I'm like, I could have the lowest IQ out of everybody in this fucking room. I could, and I could be okay with that. Because I think that something out there is way smarter than us any fucking way. So even the smartest person in this room is not the smartest person I'd ever meet. So it doesn't make a difference. I can meet some very, very intelligent fucking people, very intelligent beings in this universe. Some can happen. And I think once we get to that point of realizing that there are other intelligent species in this universe that we live in, which I highly think, I mean, it's probably a 0.000% chance that we're the only motherfuckers on the entire universe. There's no chance we are, basically, no chance. And so once we meet them, we'll realize how dumb we really are. We'll realize how primitive we really are. We're new. The earth is new. The Milky Way is new. All of this shit's new. We're not that old. Even though we may seem like we're old because the planet's been here for a long time, humanity is not that old. I mean, we're in 2000 AD right now, 2024 AD. So that means we have 2024 years of history since we say Christ died, which means there were years before that, 2000. But think about how long a light year is. And there's things in our solar system that's like thousands of light years, millions of light years away. And we're saying we're in 2000 right now, the year 2000. We're new. We're fucking new. There's no way we're the most intelligent things in this entire fucking universe. We're too new for that. We coming out with fucking new cell phones and shit. These motherfuckers got spaceships. We got a cell phone. Dude, my phone can link to my car, bro. It's like, okay, cool. Motherfucking spaceship, like, motherfucker, my spaceship can link to your whole fucking planet. It's like, man, my phone can link to my old car. Look at this shit. I can change the music from my phone to your car. That's how new we are. We're not that intelligent, but we think we are. And it's cool. We should think we are because we're as intelligent as we need to be. But there's people out there, there's things out there that exceed us. I mean, there's spaceships that will sit right in fucking front of you and move in a fucking triangle like it's almost teleporting. Real shit. It'll sit in. They got it on video. These motherfuckers sit in front of you and they'll teleport. They go, and it's there. It'll teleport. And these are pilots, Navy pilots, Air Force pilots, commercial airline pilots, videotape, people on the planes, videotaping the shit. Planes, I'm just teleporting. It'll appear here, appear there, fly up under, come to the other side, and teleport out of there. That shit wasn't made by us. We're not that intelligent. So IQ and all shit like that, grades, college degrees, shit like that is comical to me. It's like we're trying to categorize humans. Just put us in the same category. You know, we here, we existing, we doing the best we can fucking do. Every day we walk out that door, we do the best we can do. Whether or not you smart or not, I mean, it'll come to light, and based on how you live your life, whether or not you smart or not. You can have a fucking degree and do fucked up shit, be bad, foreclose your house, go bankrupt, go to college, go to prison for embezzlement, and you got a degree the whole time, but you're in prison for embezzlement right now. So that doesn't mean you're most intelligent because you have a degree. You're a prisoner now. This section of Mic Drop is sponsored by The X-File. I know they don't want to mess with me. I'll be Mulder, fucking Scully and Mulder, goddammit. You don't want to mess with me on that shit. I'm Scully. No, I'm Mulder. I'm Mulder. I used to always think Scully was fine any fucking ways. That's all back in the day shit. But yeah, and like I said, and I appreciate that time to wake up. Real shit, man. I appreciate that, brother. But I really think that we're all a consciousness. We're a human consciousness, and even though all of us are right here on this, on this live stream right now, and we're on this channel right now, think about the collective consciousness we got and how intelligent we all have become just from feeding off of each other. Think about it. From the time we first started this channel to how we drive now, the money we used to make back then to the money we make now, the decisions we made back then to the decisions we make now, the collective conscious we have is growing, and that's only us. That's just us. And that's only over a short period of time. Imagine how intelligent we can be if we did this shit every year, thousands and thousands of years of collective consciousness. How far would we be as people? We got too many fucking haters to be collective conscious, though. Too many people don't appreciate knowledge. Like I said earlier, I will say something just based on my common sense shit, and motherfuckers hate me to this day because they were wrong and I was right. Instead of having a collective consciousness and going, you know what, Jeff, you were right. What made you think that? Let's sit down and discuss what makes your brain work like that, Jeff. Why would you think that, say that shit, and end up becoming right like 2 years later when we all said it was the other way? Even the news said it was the other way. What made you stick your ground and say that shit? Become a collective conscience. It's too many fucking haters fighting like intelligence. Exactly. Fucking the Jetsons, goddammit. And that's the funny thing, man. Is like exactly all this division, and we're really one conscious. Thank you. You're seeing what I'm saying, which is why I never compete with nobody, because I understand you motherfuckers can make me great. I can make y'all great. We can make each other great, or we can hate and destroy each other's greatness. To sit and to hate on each other, to compete with each other, to put each other down. We can hate on the greatness that we could become. We could hate on that greatness. But because we have sat here and we've educated each other, we've helped each other, we've answered each other questions, we've pushed for each other, promoted each other, we started groups for each other on private rides and shit like that. Imagine how great we've slowly become. And where are these fucking haters at? They in the same position they've been in, hating on us, and we just keep getting greater at this shit. We keep getting better at this shit because we are all one consciousness. And when you start thinking about going forward, thinking about moving forward, I can't hate on somebody having a $200 day when I had a $50 day, because I had a $200 day when you had a $200 day. We all one consciousness. We figured it out. You had a $200 day. I had a $50 day. Together we had $250. But the reason that my had 50 is maybe I drove at the wrong time. I got to figure it out. And I'll talk to you who had a $200 day. How did you have a 200? I only had a 50. What happened? Instead, you got the 50s hating on the 200s. Oh, well, the reason why is because, and you did it. No, fuck that. How did you do that? Because I want to do that. And you talk to it and you kind of generate a mindset. And that's the consciousness you're doing with. You just going towards that mindset. Yeah, we all used to be gorillas living in trees, right? And then we came down and lived in caves. It's all a collective conscious. One time somebody created fire. $300 a day today and only drove 150 miles, man. So Robin wants to know where you want to meet up. Well, once I get off this live stream, I'm going to shower up. Then I'll probably clean the car up. We'll probably end up in Scottsdale or something like that. Y'all know me, man. I don't really have a planned date. Especially when I'm doing live streams, I just sit and I do this shit. And eventually I'll leave the house at some point. That's the sad part of trying to be friends with somebody on fucking YouTube. You never see them. You see them on the screen. That's about it. But I'll probably end up in Scottsdale. I'll come that way. Since you guys are already up there or something like that, you can just ride around, stroll around downtown, do some fun shit. I don't know. And then I'll text you guys when I'm ready to rock and roll. You got to tell me where y'all are, and I'll come there. So, and yeah, exactly. Quest for fire. Somebody created that shit. Somebody created fire. It's a collective consciousness. And once they created fire, just like when you look at all the pyramids on this planet, and you look at all the different continents the pyramids are on, but the pyramids have the exact same dimensions. They have the exact same dimensions with relation to the stars. They have the exact same dimensions with relationship to the moon at certain times. And these are on all different continents built by all different civilizations. So like you said, we're all one consciousness. Because how can this shit all happen and we're different people? It's one consciousness. So they had to have some level of, I want to track time. How do we track time? How do we track the position of the moon? How do we track these stars? What do we do? They all thought about it at the same times. Well, not the same time, but in the same era. They thought about it in the same era. How do we track time? And once they figured out how to track time, they said, we need something that casts a shadow at the same point at certain points in the year. It has to cast the same shadow. That's where the pyramids came into play. It became a time tracker. So now you can track time using pyramids. You can track time using the angles that you're putting them at, the entryways, the columns that you're sitting, and the way the moon sets and when the shadow hits those columns. And they all did the same thing, but they were all different civilizations across all the different continents. So it's like, we're all one consciousness. Somebody has to wake up and realize it though. It's that red pill shit. Some people are glossed over. They don't even get it. They still watching TV and shit. They in a fucking trance all day. They stuck on TikTok all fucking day. And that's why it isn't hard for me to get on TikTok, because I can't see myself scrolling through videos for fucking 5 hours straight. I just can't see it. I can sit on a live stream for 5 hours straight and trade information with y'all. But why am I going to watch fucking cat videos for 5 hours straight? Watch dogs sniff each other's ass for 5 hours straight. Watch goats and shit eating fucking paper for 5 hours straight. When I can talk to y'all, when we can trade information, trade energy for 5 hours straight. I could do that shit all day. Because it makes me a different person. When I leave this house, after live streaming with y'all, I'll leave this house. I chop it up with fucking clients. Man, shit feels good because I got energy off of y'all. And we go out and we talk about rideshare. We talk about profits. We talk about exactly what we said on this live stream, and it generates income. All these talks are just generating income because it makes riders out there feel at one with us, because we are at one with each other. We are that collective consciousness. And when I go out there, and like I said, one day I was giving a guy a ride. He was like, "Oh man, do you do private rides?" Apparently he had to be talking to another driver, because I didn't say shit about private rides. Dude was like, "Hey man, you do private rides too?" I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah." That's that collective consciousness. We're out there trading information. We're talking to people outside around from us. And we're like, man, does the Jeff needs to have a pool party? We'll invite man going to Pedro put a grill down, a pool party. Yeah, Pedro. No. Oh, it's funny. I was out working on the pool today. I got to get the impellers are going too slow, so my water's not squirting as far as it should go. I got to take the whole fucking pool pump apart, which is a process. So I'm just like, here we go. Here we go. The summer is starting. Fuck. Poop party. Hey, and I got a lot of dog poop to clean up in the backyard. So everybody bring your own shovel. My dogs have been having a field day with this dog food. Bring your own shovel. See, this is why sleep is vital to your spiritual renewal daily. I'm telling you, Miss T, and I tell people, Miss T, when I sleep, I tell riders this shit too. A lot of times when I sleep, I check my phone before I go to sleep to make sure my rings are off, all notifications are off, my alarms are not on, because I want to wake up when I do. That's it. I just want to wake up when I do, because your body has to be put into that spiritual place sometimes. That's your entire just manifestation of everything you just went through that day, everything you went through that. It all has to come out in your dreams. It has to come out in your sleep. You cannot disturb that. That's almost like, what do they call it when you're sitting there, like when you're doing yoga and shit and whatever they call it. But You're sitting there, you're sleeping in the bed, and when you finally wake up, you feel recharged, refreshed. You feel like, you're ready to gain knowledge. And it's like you can't wait for that day to start. You already know what breakfast you want to eat already. You know what you want to go outside, how you want to clean the car, what part of town you want to work in. When you get interrupted sleep and you break your sleep up, your spirit's not set right. And why do you think a lot of people are pissed off and don't want to go to work? Man, I think I'm going to call in for the day. Why are you going to call in when there's money to be made? Why are you going to call in? Yeah, meditation. That's it. Meditation in the trance. Yep. But so many people want to call in because they haven't slept well enough. Their body is not ready yet. Their brain is not ready yet. They don't want to deal with what they just dealt with the day before yet. They don't want to. It's like when you first get a job, and you've been off for like, let's say a couple of months. You can't wait to go to fucking work because you've been sleeping for 2 months. Your body is ready. Your brain is ready. You've been sleeping for 2 months. You can't wait to go to work. You working for 6 months straight, setting your alarms, staying up too fucking late, cutting into your sleep. You looking for ways to call in. You don't feel the same as when you was getting all that good sleep. You don't feel the same. You don't want to go in. That's why sleep is so important. And like when I wake up, I be wanting to do live streams when I get up. I be wanting to do stuff when I wake up, but I have to get my sleep in first. People wonder, man, how can you do a live stream 5, 6, 7 hours straight? Because I sleep good, man. I sleep good. I don't mind chatting with y'all. I said I was going to go for an hour and a half. It's already at 2 hours. I told you motherfuckers, this is what we do. We get on these tangents and we get to chatting and we have a good time. But I love this though. I love this. And I think I was made more for this than what I was made for doing accounting in corporate America. Corporate America paid me very well, but it didn't treat me very well. Y'all treat me good. Y'all treat my soul good, energy good. And this is what we do. We chop it up while y'all driving cars. We chop it up while we making money. We teach each other how to make more money. And it's good for your soul. It don't even feel like work. I mean, it's an opportunity cost. I mean, I don't make a lot of money doing it. I can make money out in the streets or whatever. I can make money in corporate America. But sometimes the opportunity of you to have a good soul, the opportunity of you to be well rested, that's worth more than fucking money. You can't die with this shit. You can't die with this money. But you want to make sure you live a life that you don't mind living. You don't mind waking up to every day. I don't mind this shit. I knew when I woke up, say Jeff's sleep number is 283. So when I wake up, like, I can't wait to drop a video or, go in the comments to see who's commenting on videos so we can chop it up for a little bit while I'm doing breakfast and stuff like that. That's the energy I'm on. At the same time I'm doing that, there's somebody right now saying, man, I'm calling in sick, man. Fuck this shit. I'm calling in sick. Man, I don't go to work. Man, I might quit today, man. They soul ain't there yet. Ain't a day yet that I've said, I'm going to call in sick to fucking YouTube. I ain't commenting on nobody fucking shit. Sometimes when I'm busy driving and trying to hurry up and make money and trap money real quick, I can't get on YouTube at the same time. Or when I'm doing a car repair, I can't get on YouTube at the same time. But there's not been one day when I said, I think I'm just done with YouTube, man. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with it. Because I keep the energy on this channel about the shit y'all on, the shit that I'm on. When I get shitheads on the channel, what do? I block ban they motherfucking ass. Because I already know that's not where we want to be. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that, Miss T. Thank you so much. Thank you, lady. And it's like, that's why I protect the energy of this channel so much. And everybody say, well, you're not going to have a lot of subs. I don't give a fuck. We got good energy. That's all we need is good energy. I catch shitheads on my channel. I get rid of them. I've had a lot of people at the casinos. I've had a lot of people in all the corporate careers I've worked in. I've had a lot of, sometimes you don't want too many people. You want good energy around you at all times. That's it. Because you're going to need that energy to carry over the hump. You're going to need that collective consciousness. And when you get people who just ain't there yet, mentally there yet, I don't ever see my channel having 50, 60, 70,000 subs, 100,000. I don't ever see. I hope that shit never gets to that degree. Hope it don't. Because that's craziness. That's a lot of fucked up energy. It's craziness. Yeah, what up, Kev? What up, Kev? Thank you, brother. Oh, I just said, well, we'll probably meet up, in Scottsdale. We're going to meet up there once I get off this thing. More crusty dusties, less people. Yeah, and like I said, man, I really don't mind having a small channel. I don't mind. And a lot of people like to, even like my Facebook only got like 600 something people on it because I don't really deal with a lot of fucking people. I've just never been one of those people who says, I need to be famous. I need a lot of people to follow. No. I just need good energy around me. That's it. Because I really got to live for real. I got to live. Y'all got to live. I see people with these huge accounts. And it's like, it's so much shitty energy in there. Say, Jeff, what is your Venmo? Oh, I think it's, hold up for a second, man. I appreciate it, brother. Hold up. Let's see if this is it. I think that's it. Yeah, that should be it. It should be me sitting on a motorcycle, I think, or in the kitchen. It's the two things I do. I'm either on a motorcycle or I'm in the kitchen. It's two things I do. I appreciate that time to wake up, man. Appreciate that, brother. It just kicked me totally off the next minute. Man, nice job. Do something. And see, and that's the thing. You know, if we can keep this channel to where that energy, like I said, is that collective consciousness where it's all pushing us in a certain direction to where we know that we can use each other to help us get over that next hump. That's all I want to create. I see channels out there that are so all over the place with energy, and it's no wonder whoever runs those channels don't comment to people. It's no wonder they don't fuck with nobody on the channel. The channels are trash cans. The whole comment threads are just trash cans. And people just come over there, they dump shitty energy, dump negative energy. You're talking shit about each other, talking shit about the people on the channel. It's like it's nothing about what the videos are about. And it's so off track. And I see those comment strands and I can't even deal with it. It's too just, then I come to my channel and I see everybody helping each other. People got questions. People got this, people saying this, people doing this, people saying how much they made using, you know, a certain strategy they did. Somebody made, and we've been doing this shit for how long now? I'm telling you, Mel, it's all about that shit. Big money energy, man. And everybody's like, oh, don't tell your secret. You're not going to make no money if you tell your secret. It's people right now doing 2 and 3 trips, 11, 12 miles, making $40. We're not losing money. How are we losing money by telling people how to do better? How are we losing money? Everybody's so, oh, you're going to lose money if you tell people how to drive better. You're going to lose money. That's what those motherfuckers think. Last of my phone number, 1973. The year I was fucking born. It was for real. These hater YouTubers quick to talk shit about what we doing over here. These motherfuckers would rather go flat broke than take some sound advice from the barbecue. Real shit, Ride Flow. Real shit, man. Man, thank you, my brother Aaron Parker, man. That's at 1111 AP. Black Santa, my brother, Black Santa. Shit. Thank you, AP, man. I appreciate it. Say, send you something. Let me know when it comes to. Oh, man, my phone is right here charging up. Let's see. And it's too dark. I can't see it. I can't see the screen. I can't see the screen. I can't see. Hold up. I think you sent it to somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucked up. That's fucked up. Oh, brother, thank you, my man, Jason. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I'll answer you back real quick, man. Much love, brother. That's it. Hey, that's my man right there. Thank you for the 20 spot. I think I'm gonna end up, being able to put some gas in my car today. I drove a little bit last night. I'm gonna put some more gas in. I watched some cool energy live streams. 11:11. Yeah, man. Appreciate that time to wake up, my brother. Yeah, man. And like I said, this is what we do over here, man. And I really, I go through my comments. I protect people. I see people leave shitty comments on y'all comments sometimes, and I remove it because I don't want them to fuck with y'all like that. Y'all like family to me. So when I see people say, oh, yeah, time to wake up, you're a fucking idiot. You're a shithead. I just remove that comment because you don't deserve that shit. You put way too much good energy into this fucking channel. You put way too much, aspirations and strategies and tactics for some random ass to come skipping along and talk shit to you on my channel like they know you like that. Like I know you, they don't know you like that. So not a lot of YouTubers even look out for the people on their channel. I look out for the people on my channel because I told motherfuckers I might host a channel, but this is really a lot of drivers coming together. We got that, like you said, that collective consciousness. We're doing something different over here. So when I see a level of disrespect on my channel, I don't be like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it. No. I cut that shit, and then they run the risk of being blocked off my shit. I catch them doing it again. Fuck with one of my drivers over here again. Oh, you ain't ever commenting on this channel again. You're gonna be on another channel. And he don't let people say what he want to say. No, not on my channel. You can't say what you want to say. You can say something that's constructive. Like if you want to say, hey man, time to wake up. I see what you're saying about driving like that, but in my region, it's not that intelligent. I wouldn't do it like that. What do you say? I am a shithead. They're not wrong. Yeah, but they might be like, you know what? You should probably do like this and this, and they can break it down like that. But if they sit up there and they go, you just a shithead, and that's all they say, I just remove the comment. And they got to get a clue after that. Say, okay, he must not like people just saying shit like that. He must want to know, why do I think he is? Yeah, break it down. Break down, why do you think what he's saying is not going to work, or why it's not going to. We have conversation over here. It's cool. We have conversation. But you ain't just going to come over and disrespect somebody like you run this shit like that. We don't know you like that over here. In this channel, I'm always in my comments. I know everybody. Shit. Y'all think, oh, we know Jeff, motherfucker. I know you. Shit. To me, y'all motherfuckers is famous. Goddamn it. I'm on y'all shit. I'll be like, hey, I like this. I'll pin that shit at the top. Like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm pinning comments. I'm like, people need to see this. This is a good one. Good up, Dims Dallas in the house. Yeah, love and appreciate for that, Jeff. There's enough negativity in this world, and I'm so happy this is a place we can feel safe, express ourselves, and be respected. I'm telling you, brother, even if it's dry, like I said, I see a lot of a lot of riders on like different news comments talking shit about, oh, these drivers think this, and these drivers think that, and I wish they would come on my channel. Either I go off on them or I remove that shit. I don't know what I would do, but I think YouTube knows better than to bring the motherfuckers over here, because YouTube don't send a bunch of shitty people my way. Every once in a while, somebody will come through and they think they like slick mouth. Like I said, I don't mind you saying shit. Say what you want to say. Come over, have a conversation, have a debate, see what the energy is over here, and say, hey, you know what? I like the way you guys are doing this, but I disagree. This is what I think you guys, if I do this, and this is how I end up in the end. And cool, tell us how it works. But don't just come over, hey, I think you guys are idiots for not having commercial insurance, and that's all you got to say. Remove comment. Try one more time. Your ass won't be on this channel. You got one more chance. That's it. And I remember names like a motherfucker. Rideflow will tell you. Rideflow got a list of motherfuckers. We waiting to see GoFundMe's. Rideflow gonna be like, hey, Jeff, Barry put up a GoFundMe. That fucking pigeon, I got him on the list. He didn't protest with us. Rideflow got a list of motherfuckers over there like, please, I need to see a list of the anti-protesters who gonna help come up with the fucking GoFundMe. Can somebody help me replace my engine? It just hit 797,000 miles. You just bought that shit last year. I know it. This motherfucker drove 797,000 miles in 1 year. What was your 1099 saying? I made $50,000. It's like, God damn. What was you driving for? Fucking 10 cents a fucking mile? It's like, man, he's like, black man, motherfucker, black man. Jonah, what? I'm convinced riders want to pay drivers. Just got done with a private ride. They said it was worth $11 for 5 miles. Uber paying me $5.56. Uber's a bunch of crooks. Exactly. And see, that's the thing, man. They could have just slid you a $10 bill and call that shit good, man. But hey, man, do me a favor. Cancel this ride. We're going to slide you 10. Because they need to realize that we're only getting half the money of that. So once they get in the car, they know they just paid Uber 11. They should ask the driver, hey, man, how much you getting for this ride if you get upfront fares? $5. Cancel this shit real quick. I'm going to just slide you a 10 and call it. That way they ain't even got to tip you. They don't even got to tip you now because that is your fucking tip. They just paid for the ride that they was going to pay for. Here's a 10. Everybody's happy now. And that's what they need to do, man. So many riders paying $80 for a ride. We'll take 50 for it. So if they paying 80 for it, we take 50. They can give us 50. That's our tip and everything. Because the app was only going to give us 33. So it's like, motherfucker, you giving me $17 tip if you just pay me 50. Just give me $50. You ain't got to pay the 80. So it's like paying us straight up. You ain't even got to tip us. And we're going to hit that money. Just think if you did 10 rides today, each one of them at $40. Each ride was at $40. Each one for like 22 miles, 23 miles. And you doing for $40, $40. You making $400 a day. You went 200 miles, $400. You're good. You can even move that shit up 50. Somebody give you 50, 60, 70 for it just because they appreciate you giving them a discount. Next, you sitting you sitting close to 500 that day. And you probably did, 4 Uber rides, but you converted the next 10. And it's like, how many rides you doing Uber today? 4. How many you convert? 10. Shit, how do you think I made all this fucking money? I wouldn't have made this shit if I would have did it on Uber. I'd have been driving 10, 12 hours, probably making goddamn $250. I was online for 10 hours a day. I made $450, $500. It's like, and that's how we got to do it though. And they made it that way. We didn't ask for it to be that way. They made it that way. Like I said, this guy's video, I got it in my history, but I'm going to do a video clip of it. I'm telling you, this dude, he's the white version of me. I swear to God. When I saw his video, I was like, this dude is sharp. He's on it. He's on it. And the way he broke it down and explained it and everything else, man. What up, Brian? My brother's back. What's good? Yeah, but the way he break it down, man, shoot. I was like, this dude, nothing gets past him. I mean, he had graphics, he had numbers, man. And I'm sitting there like, this dude got millions of views on this. It's been out for 5 days, millions of views already. And I'm wishing if every rideshare driver across the board saw this, they realize how stupid they looked taking these fucking shitty rides all day. They realize how stupid they really look. They be like, you know what? I'm not taking no more low rides because I know what Uber's doing. Like the other night, I had a $4 surge on, it was a 6-mile ride from the dorms in Tempe just to the airport. And I was headed home anyways. So I'm like, I'll take somebody to the airport. Usually I do rides from Tempe to the airport, $20. Reservations, $20 all day. But this was 11. So it was $9 less than what I normally. I had a $4 surge, $6. They made $7. Okay, cool, $11. I dropped the lady off. I headed home or whatever. But I was like, let me look and see how much she paid. She paid $23.99. $23.99 for that ride. And I was getting $7 for it. $23.99. I was getting $7. If I didn't have that $4 surge trapped on there, she would have paid $23.99. I would have got $7. I only got 11 because I trapped that $4 surge. That was it. This is how they're fucking with us. So she paid $23.99, $7. That's damn near 25%. That's so close to 25% of a ride. And I'm sitting there like, these apps don't care about us. They really don't. Because they know at that airport, we wreck cars there all the time. People are always, scraping cars, scratching cars. It's always busy. So you're sitting there. You can't get through. I go upstairs all the time. So I go upstairs and circle back down to the bottom. So it's like, I kind of know how the airport works. For the most part, you're there forever. You're not making no money. $11 might take you 20 minutes dealing with the airport to make $11. And that's the ride there and everything else. You're going to make probably like $11. That's it. When you should be getting paid 20, 25 for that. But instead, and they're charging people a good penny for the airport rides. They're not giving us nothing. And that's why I'm like, we got to start driving smarter, man. We got to start driving smarter. Yeah, Jeff, did you get your emergency alert on your phone yesterday too? What was the emergency alert for? I didn't get one. I don't know what it was for. I probably slept through it. I don't know. She say, Uber, I swear, Uber dangling pork chops over my face and they're sending ass out every time. I got a perfect 100% conversion rate at Coachella this weekend. Bam, there you go. Nice boys win 100%. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm close. I'm about 99%. I had 2 that didn't convert. One didn't convert right before I got on Hum. Right before I tried to do that lady who said her boyfriend paid. That didn't convert. And then like about a week or 2 ago, I didn't get that ride from the guy from Arizona Grand who said it was his company account, but he did tip me $4 when I dropped him off. So 2 conversions I didn't do. Every other one I've tried have done it. So I'm aiming, man. I'm aiming. That's why I tell you, your AR should be dirt low and your conversion rate should be way high. You know about Cyber Polygon 2021, right? A cyber attack. No, I didn't see that. Damn. I'm gonna have to look that shit up, man. I'm gonna have to look that up. See, I don't know about you guys, but Uber Eats in my region, the last couple of weeks are paying out at all. It's like there are no tips on any of these orders. Something is definitely fishy. Oh, yeah. They're keeping all the tips just to make it through because they said they got 30 days to hold the tips. So 30 days, they're probably holding people's tips. And if they're at the end of the 30, you might get 20% of your tips. You might be like, oh, yeah, man, this guy, he tipped $10. Give him $2. Here's a $2 tip on that, but he probably really tipped you 10. 30 days later, hey, man, this guy tipped $4. Give him a $1.25 tip. I mean, because you can't go back after 10 days. You can't review anything. And they tell you that. You can't review it. So you got 30 days to give me my tip. But after 10 days, I can't even review it. Shit ain't right, man. Commas, editing videos, creating clips, organizing playlists. Yeah. I see you always working on this channel. You either always interacting with I'm always on it. I'm always on it. In the Midwest and other areas, there was an emergency alert nationwide, but not everywhere is stating don't dial 911. What? Damn, don't dial 911. Ooh, this purge shits, man. I'm telling you. And y'all be ready for the red pill. Here we go. Because Constantine, I'm gonna tell you right now, I told people this shit was gonna happen, man. Exactly time to wake up. I'm just about to say it. You know exactly where I'm going, man. I told people, man, a long time ago, when you go to Walmart for some reason, all the ammo be missing all the time. Like they ain't trying to sell ammo no more to people at Walmart, which is cool because you can go to other guns places, you can get it. But they got all these people in our country, I'm not saying every single one of them here are going to do something stupid. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a lot of people are embedded into this influx of people into our country that are here for no good. They know what they're up to. and they're from every nation. They got nations, they got Chinese nations, they got African nations, Indian nations, South American nations, North American. They've got all of these people on our soil here in America. And you got this new world order, this one world government who's over all nations. But yet they filled all our country with all these people from all these nations because America is under attack. This shit's going to be a purge, man. This is going to be a purge. And they're making sure that they can take systems down. They can take internet down. They can take AT&T down. They can take Facebook down. They can take Instagram down. They can take away. And that's why you saw me do that short about GMRS radio. Without GMRS radio, you ain't gonna be able to contact the next people. When you look at all these movies about, shit happening like that, you always go to these ports and what do they have? They got CB radios, ham radios, because airwaves are free. Every movie you see about how when shit goes down, it's always somebody with a radio there. Ham radio is free. CB radio, GMRS radio. These are free airwaves that are just frequencies in the air. Yep, they're preemptive programming. And so when I tell people, even getting the handheld GMRS radios, you need to have some way that you're not controlled over a cell tower because they can take out cell towers. You can't take out frequencies out of the air. You can try to have jammers and frequency blockers, but you can't take out frequencies out of the air naturally. Phones, you can just discontinue that shit real quick. Internet services, you can just have them down real quick. But if you ain't got no GMRS ready, the little handhelds, look on eBay, look on these places, get your GMRS numbers, get all this shit. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have to use that to communicate, even if you can only communicate a mile, 2-3 miles away. That's it. Because maybe everybody in your neighborhood is going to all be in one area, patrolling the area, and you got a set of handheld radios, and you guys are communicating with another neighborhood. And you might be saying, Jeff, you so fucking far-fetched. This is far-fetched. I'm like, look at what's happening around us. They're packing all of these people in the places. Look at what happened in Gaza. They're packing all these people in these places. And what happens when they pack people in places? The moment they say scatter, everybody scatter. You're mixed in with civilians and you're mixed in with military. You don't know who's who. Everybody's mixed in. So you don't know how to attack or who to attack. Everybody's mixed in. And out of this whole conglomerate of people, they're doing shit in certain communities, in neighborhoods. Things are happening. Services are going down. Things are being planted. Trust me, it's something major going on. And a lot of people are sleeping on it. No, it wouldn't happen. That shit happens in the movies. Yeah, you have to get a license for ham. But I'm at the point where like this, if you have a ham radio and you know how to work it, you ain't gonna need no fucking license. Work that motherfucker. Because if you got a GMRS radio, you know how to work it, and just tell somebody, hey, this is Jeff. Handle. I don't have a handle. I don't have a license, but this is what's going on. Work that shit. Because if you got a government that don't even exist, if you have a government that's being overthrown or a government that's being taken down, what is the point of you? Oh, the government didn't give me the authority to use this. Who the fuck cares? Use it. It's like, it ain't no government right now. The government's fucked up right now. It's corrupt right now. I'm not waiting on them to fucking call me. Hey, Jeff, we called you on the ham radio. Man, why don't you shut the fuck up and protect this country? The fuck you worried about me having a ham radio for? Out of all shit, you worried about me having a ham radio. For real, that's your focus right now? If I find a ham radio I don't have an operator license, I'm operating that motherfucker. Because you got bigger problems than me. You got way bigger problems than me. Yeah. I didn't read the messages yet. I'm still like on the phones and shit. This is $15 suddenly appeared in my Uber account this morning, and I can't figure out where it came from. I don't have an added tip. Anyone else had this happen? I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, store up for emergency. Lone Wolf mercenaries, the China spots, all now inside. This is a satellite phone available too. I need to get GMR's radio. Thank you. Oh yeah, satellite phones too. That too, satellite phones. Stanley Jenkins was up. My brother was up. People always look for permission for something like they in elementary school trying to raise their hand. I'm telling you, Constantine, I'm like, motherfucker, we're still on planet Earth. We're grown. Stop looking at humanity as being the conductor of morality. Like they set all these laws. The most corrupt people in this fucking world are politicians that set laws to control people who are not corrupt. So you got all these corrupt ass people at the top doing all this shady shit, always being investigated, always fucked up. But they say, but we set laws for y'all. Motherfucker, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to Uber. I don't listen to Lyft. I don't listen to no fucking politicians. I do right by people. I don't want to kill nobody, scam nobody, hurt nobody, harm nobody, fraud nobody. I don't do that. So I don't need no fucking laws. I live right. I live good. Like I told people in the last live stream, if you live sort of Christ-like, even though you ain't got to be religious, You don't got to be just live right. That's it. Just live according to something, some standard of morality. If it's Christ, knock yourself out. If it's Buddha, whatever, just live by some morality. But to sit here and have all of our laws put into place by the most corrupt motherfuckers you will ever meet, I don't see that. That don't make sense to me. Logically, it don't make sense. So you got people like the Bidens trying to set laws and shit, but they're the most corrupt family we got in America right now. And I'm like, why are we listening to these fucking people? So I'm like, no. If the government was to tell me, Jeff, you can't use a ham radio because, I'm like, dude, if it's some shit going down right now, I don't give a fuck about your little policies and laws. I'm going to use this ham radio I got sitting in front of me. I'm going to warn people down the fucking pipe. Hey, man, right now in my neighborhood, this shit's going down. You guys better fucking duck, run for cover, protect yourself, be ready because this happening is coming that way. Do you have a right to use that ham radio? Man, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, I don't need no operator license. This shit going down. You got bigger problems than me. Don't worry about me. Well, I'm just saying. But that's how you know you're going to exactly live according to nature. That's how you know these motherfuckers running around looking for, they always looking for some rule to throw in your face. And it's like, you ever go to elementary school and you got the one fucking kid who wants to be like on the teacher's best side ever. So you guys, can't crumple your paper up and put it in that trash can. You got to put like, dude, will you get the fuck away from us? It's like, it's in the trash can. I'm like, man, we're done. Well, she said she doesn't want it crumpled. I don't give a fuck what she says. She ain't here right now. I'm just throwing it in the trash can. Who are you, the teacher now? And you always have those people in your life and they grow up and become adults like that. Every time you do something as an adult, hey, you can't park your car like that. You got to park it facing in and not facing out. Motherfucker, don't worry about how I park my car. Are you parking police now? Let me deal with the tow truck operator when he gets here. I'm not asking you to fucking tell me how to park my shit. It's like, no, I'm not worried about that. Well, they're going to tow your car, then let me deal with it. I don't want you to deal with it. I want you to move your car. Bunch of fucking Karens just walking around, man. They always fuck with people all the time. Yeah. Have fun has a permission in the real shit. Exactly. When shit go down, ain't no permission being asked. Ain't none. You're just going to have to, and you're going to have all these people, these permission people. I need to make a call to see what we need to do. Motherfucker, if you don't have common sense and already know shit's going down, if you don't already know, you lost already. You're done. You lost already. Because the first people I'm going to run to, like I said, I love preppers because preppers are planners. They plan when shit goes down. And if it don't go down, at least they're planning on it. Like, yeah, thank you, my brother Stan Jenkins. I appreciate that, brother. Sending positive energy, positive money vibes, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And like I said, I may not even get a chance to drive today, so you guys will really help me out today. I may not get a chance to get out there. This live stream is supposed to stop at about an hour and a half, and we're at 2.5 hours. We get on a tangent sometimes, and we just get to going, man. We get to going. Exactly. Not your problem. Mind your business, Karen. Lee Proctor said that shit. Man, I know it, man. I appreciate that shit, man. I appreciate it, man. Because yesterday it was rough. Shit, we was out all day yesterday. A few of us, I ended up making like $90 on the app. That's it. Like I tell people, man, when we be doing these protests, and I was telling Dalton that, it's funny how we do protests and all these people be out there. Yeah, we're making a killing. Yeah, the apps are paying. We don't know why you guys are protesting. We don't know why you got. Say they only do that shit once. We used to make money, probably great money, 10 days a month, 10 to 15 days a month. We would make great money. Now we make great money 2 days a month, maybe. That's it. So how do you go 10 to 15 days of making really good money to only 2 days a month making really good money? And the other 18, 19, 20 days you working is like you scraping by. You're like, man, this shit is crazy, man. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to fucking make it. Yeah. And they're like, oh, we don't know why you guys are protesting. I'm like, you get good money once every 2 months doing a protest and you think it's all over. Oh, it's ended. It's ended. The drought has ended. I had a $300 day, $400. It's ended. I'm like, no. They only did that shit to throw you off from the protests. They throwing you off from what they know is going on right now. So the app is throwing out surge to make everybody stop protesting and try to go out and drive. Saying, hey, we can distract them. How? Make the whole screen pink. Make the whole screen pink. Everybody stops protesting. And it's them fucking pigeons. They don't even see it, man. It's like they throw popcorn on the ground. They and their cars, they're taking off. And I'm like, man, shit. Lots of funny motherfuckers in 300 just don't have a filter. Exactly. We just don't have a filter over here, man. We don't have a filter. Crumbs, man. I want the loaf of bread. Give me the whole fucking loaf, goddammit. I'm trying to make sandwiches. Sandwiches. Man, I appreciate you joking, man. That's all right, brother. Knowledge is king, Jeff. State your word, man. Real shit. I made 201 in 8 hours a day, and this is how it used to be. I'm telling you, and that's what it is, man. When we get out there and we get to really driving these machines hard, we should be able to make the money that we know we can make. $200 in 8 hours is cool. When you got to go 10, 12 hours just to break 200, something's going on. Something's going on. And that's of actual driving. I mean, I drove before. I was making what? $25 an hour driving time. $28 an hour driving time. I'm like, dude, we don't make money like I can make $28 in 30 minutes. Why is it taking me a whole hour of drive time to make $28? It's these little piddly ass trips they be trying to throw us. I'm like, they up to something. And that's why I stopped driving and I only started driving Surge. And now it does better with my drive time. My online time is still, but I'll sit at the house and just like, nope, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. And as soon as I started doing that, I started being consistently over 35, close to 40 all the time. Sometimes I'll be pushing 50. But it's like, you got to just like, nope, don't even drive. Don't even drive, man. Yemen Talk. Thank you, brother. I like your podcast. This channel makes me drive smarter. Hey, brother, hey, that's what we do over here, man. We celebrate intelligent drivers, man. And it's a lot of channels you're going to see out there. The moment you say, hey, man, I made $200. Well, motherfuckers will hate on you real quick. And we like, dude, we appreciate that, man. We glad because we need to see this hope out there. We know we getting our asses kicked out here. We know it. So when we got drivers out here fighting for it, driving the smart way, it gives all of us hope that we can get out there and get it too. Because every day is not going to be good. Like I said, yesterday was a shitty day. The past 2 days was like that. And to come home with like under $100, and I'm like, oh hell. No. I wake up, you what up, Tony? What up? He says Jeff is the living legend of rideshare. Don't say that shit, man. Fucking Uber be chasing me around all fucking day. Those motherfuckers lock my account up. The Hummus here in CA might have to make a road trip back to San Francisco to tap. When is Chris coming to the stream? Because I got some questions. Nice. Hey, tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow he will be on the stream tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. Like today, I was only supposed to do an hour live stream. We're at 2.5 hours right now, but he's be on tomorrow at 3 p.m. and he'll come on, say his spiel, say his piece. We'll have the question session and all that. But then after he's off, we're gonna go back in again. We're gonna go back in and just like, man, it's gonna be another 4 or 5 hour live stream tomorrow. I can already feel it. Because there's gonna be a lot of good shit we're gonna be talking about, and I want people to be so amped up tomorrow. Even if you on Lyft, even if you on Uber, go out, make money, convert rides if you have to. Like I said, motherfuckers want to pay you $5. Tell them, man, just slide me 10. I'll cancel this shit because they ain't paying me nothing right now. Oh, man, I just paid $12 for this ride. Man, I'm going to cancel that shit. Just give me 10. And you're going to be much better off. Trust me. At the end of the day, you're going to be like, man, I did that shit like 5 times. I got 50 in cash already. 50 in cash and only went like 20 miles. I got fucking 20 miles, $50. Let's keep doing this shit all day. It's like, man. Yep, friends and families all the way, man. I really, really like your channel. You're different from the others YouTubers. Because some YouTube, I think the thing is, some YouTubers, they're not real drivers, real shit. And I'm not saying that they don't know how to drive, but I'm a driver to the point where I'm frustrated. I'm in the fucking streets every day. I'm beating my car up every day. I'm beating my body up. I just had sciatica issues and shit where I couldn't even drive, had to replace my motor mounts in my car. I'm really out there doing it. So I don't have the luxury to not drive. I have to drive. So I have to fight for drivers. I have to fight for the markets we in. We got to find solutions. A lot of drivers ain't trying to find solutions, or a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers, they want to talk about what's in the news. And we know the news is the narrative. Ain't it funny how right now everything is happening bad? Delivery drivers are getting shot. Rideshare drivers are getting shot. All these people are happening. Everything's happening to all these drivers right now. And the media is selling it. Do you know why the media is selling it? Look at the back end. They want to push driverless. They talk about driverless, all the good shit about driverless. And the very next news segment is driver kidnapped, driver shot, driver killed, You got to see through it. Like I said, this is a red pill fucking channel. You got to look through the lines, look through what you're hearing, understand why they're promoting Tesla, rideshare, full self-driving, robo-taxi, all the benefits of it. Very next news segment. All the drivers are getting killed and getting shot. It's not safe being in a rideshare car. If you're in a car with a driver, you're more likely to get shot. You're more likely to get carjacked. All these drivers are having all these problems in rideshare. But look at robo-taxi. It's safe. It's friendly. It's you. You're playing a fucking banjo while you're driving around. You're laughing with your fucking wife and shit in the car. But if you're in a car with a driver, there's guns pointing at them. They're shooting. Look through what the fuck you see going on in the media. Why don't you think I don't talk about none of that shit on my channel? I don't like talking about all that. When I did, I'll talk about things that happen like here in our community when a driver's like ambushed. I'll say, man, this driver got ambushed. This is fucked up. Lost her fucking son and shit to an ambush. Y'all motherfuckers keep your head on the swivel out there, man. Be safe out there. But when you start seeing it back to back to back to back to back to back, and the next news segment is always robo-taxis are amazing. Robo-taxi, no driver to deal with. You don't have to worry about getting killed in a shot. It's a narrative they're pushing. And a lot of these YouTube channels are feeding into that narrative. They're snatching them fucking stories and throwing them right on their fucking channels the moment they see them. I already see what the fucking deal is. I'm like, bro, they're promoting driverless right now. They're promoting drivers are a fucking problem right now. They're promoting drivers are getting killed. Drivers are getting shot. Drivers are the problem right now. That's what they're promoting right now. And y'all feeding into it. Red pill, man. Look through that shit. See what it is. It's like, oh, go Giga. Appreciate that, brother. This got a blessed dude cash out with a 300 education. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, go Giga. That's my man, Ron. Super Ron. The other YouTube channels don't have the passion like you, Jeff. Joker, man. And you know what's funny, Joker? They was talking shit about me a long time ago. Like, some YouTubers are too passionate. Some YouTubers take this too personal. Some YouTubers get their feelings involved in this. They was talking about that shit. They was saying that shit about me. It wasn't going to change me. All it did was give me more ammo. It let motherfuckers know I'm 100 with it. I'm real with it. And what was they about? They have no emotion about this. They're all like, well, I want to make sure that you know how to turn on the app with your left hand. And when you move the screen over, your screen should have a backlight. And then you should see. Fuck all that. There's no passion in that. Half these channels are flat for a fucking reason. And people see it. People see it. You don't even got to say it. Like, I never have to say, oh, well, this channel has no passion. This channel has no passion. This channel has no passion. No. But those channels all look at me and say, oh, man, some people are just they take this shit way too personal, man. You damn right I'll take it personal, motherfucker. This is my life. My life is about being personal. He's too passionate about this. I ain't got to say who's not passionate. Motherfuckers know. Rideshare drivers know. When they go to them channels, they go, this shit's flat. This is fucking YouTube channel? Yeah, it's about driver. This shit's flat. What am I watching? Like I said, when I watched that one guy video that's got the 1 million views on it, he's like a white version of me. And he was spitting that shit. And he was passionate about it. And he was talking about how Uber is ripping off riders and drivers together. He wasn't talking about nothing other than the truth of what's going on in rideshare. He wasn't trying to sell himself to, oh man, you know what? He wasn't doing none of that shit. I should be, an advocate for rideshare. He wasn't trying to be no fucking advocate. He was like, man, I'm just dropping shit. Motherfuckers want to call me I'm not an advocate. I'm just a driver, motherfucker. I'm a driver that sees the real. I see what's really going on out there. So I speak about what's going on out there. If you advocate for this, Jeff, man, you don't advocate for shit. We got enough grown-ups out here. We ain't got to advocate for nothing. Man. So you break down 100. Always watch your streams. Appreciate that, brother. Libby stealing tips. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Say, not many people that get excited about driverless vehicles. Exactly, Megan. Nobody cares about them. People say, I ain't riding that shit. But the media shows selling it. And they can't sell it. So how they're selling it right now is saying drivers are getting killed. Drivers are getting shot. It's too dangerous for a driver. We got to get these drivers off the streets. We got to get you out of driver cars and put you in driverless cars. Because when I show a commercial about a driverless car, look at it. Everybody's like, yeah, fucking playing banjos and shit in the back seat. But yet they don't talk about yesterday in San Francisco, a motherfucking driverless car was going down the street and the motherfucker, it was a yellow cone or whatever, them orange cones. So it had to stop. Now, where it had to stop, the only place it could go was the on-ramp to the freeway. Driverless cars can't go on the freeway. So it stopped on the street. The only way it could go was left. Left put it on the on-ramp. So guess what it did? It sat there. Now a regular car came up behind it. It's sitting there behind the car that don't want to go left because they don't want to go on the on-ramp to the highway, but it can't go right because there's an orange cone sitting there. So it's sitting there. Regular car pulls up. Regular car pulls up. Waymo pulls up. Waymo pulls up. Waymo. Now you got 7 fucking Waymos that can't get on the highway, but they also can't go to the right. This shit just happened yesterday. I didn't make a video of it because I don't give a fuck about driverless cars. I really don't. But I know what's going on because I see what's going on. I see the narrative. The media don't put that shit in broad daylight. They don't put that out there. A lot of channels don't talk about shit like that because they want to sell this. Drivers are dangerous. Drivers are ones shooting, getting shot, shooting, be all this crazy shit. But driverless cars are amazing. You got to see through the lines, man. Like I said, there's a lot of red pill shit going on around here. I convert the long rides into cash rides from the airport. Thanks to you. Smart, Yemen Talk. Smart. Because you know they're not going to pay you for them rides. The apps won't pay. The apps will give you like $14, but they're charging a person $64, but you get $14. So it's like, you might as well just tell a person $45, $50 yourself. Hey, man, $45, $50. Cool. I'm just trying to get out of the airport, man. I'm just trying to get out of the airport. And most people that travel, some of them got cash. So of course they're going to slide you 100, slide you 50. But yet, if you don't tell them you're a driver that's willing to work with them, if you don't tell them you're a driver that's willing to save them some money on the spot, they're going to think you're just a corporate app driver. Well, my driver's here. Motherfucker come up to my car. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm only getting $13 for this ride. I normally do this ride for like $30. I'm only getting $13 for this. I tell you what, if you cancel this, I'll give you $35. I'm like, cool. Yeah, because these motherfuckers are charging me $49. I was wondering why it was so expensive. Like, exactly, man. Shad me $35. They was canceled that $49 ride. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy now. And that's what you got to let these drivers, these riders know. That you're willing to work with them. You're a contractor. You're willing to negotiate. You're going to give them an offer. I'll give you an offer. I'm a contractor. We can negotiate. You ain't got to pay what these apps are telling you. We can negotiate. I got other ways to get you from point A to point B, and it's not going to cost you what they're fucking charging you. You want to do this deal? Let's do the deal. Bet. Let's do it. And that's how you be an independent contractor. Apps don't want to tell you that. Oh, we're going to deactivate you for doing that. Motherfucker, you ain't deactivating shit. Try it. If you was going to do it, you would have did a long time ago. Do it. Try it. If you was going to leave Minneapolis, you would have left a long time ago. Do it. Try it. All these fucking threats. Nobody's scared of that shit no more. We know we can make money without these apps. These apps can't make money without us. And that's where they know they got fucked up. Drivers now know that we run the show. We run this shit. A lot of drivers ain't ready to be at that level yet. Oh, I gotta take this ride. My AR is at 92%. I gotta keep my... Fuck that. I tell motherfucker my shit at 10%. I take 1 out of 10 rides off this app. My cancellation is 35%. I cancel 1 out of 3 fucking rides. So how am I only taking 1 out of 10? I'm canceling 1 out of every 3. There's a 7 ride variance in there. That means I'm doing 7 fucking cash rides. That's what that means. If I'm canceling 1 out of every 3, I'm only taking 1 out of every 10. That means out of 30 rides, I did 3. But if I'm canceling 1 out of every 3, that means I can fit 10 rides within 30. I'm canceling 1 out of every 3. So how many rides? That means I'm taking at least 7. 7 are being converted. So it's like, okay, cool, man. So if you're only taking that many, yep, I'm converting all the fucking rest. And they look at my numbers. They say, dude, this dude's only making $113 a week with us. But this motherfucker's online for like 6-7 hours. What is he doing for 6-7 hours of us sending his ass requests? He ain't taking none of them. And he keep canceling all these fucking requests. What is he doing? Like, motherfucker, you smart. You smart. Your AI probably ain't that fucking smart, but you smart. Your AI can't figure it out because your AI is not that clever. A human could sit there and figure it out. A human be like, I know what this motherfucker's doing. Like, yeah, what up, Vic? Yeah, I was just saying that shit. I ran into Vic last night with that nice ass Ford. Man, that was a clean ass truck. I like that Pathfinder, man. That shit's nice. Yeah, for those of us that don't have home, for conversions, I stay outside my car, lock the doors, conduct all business outside. Don't want to deal with any bullshit. Outside the car makes it easier. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because then you got to ask nobody to get out. Because once they get in your car, they're already comfortable. They don't want to be embarrassed. They done got in your car. It's a crowd of people outside. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to have to get out. Like, oh, what happened, man? Your Uber didn't work out for you? No, he wants $40. Like, shit, I'll do it. Motherfucker on the curb be like, I'll do it. You only want $40? All right, cool. I'll go. They give up their car to somebody else. Shit. You can't get growth by driving unless you're dumb enough not to carry a force multiplier on you. Yeah. We need hum air and support. Yep. Well, Billy said, I got those business cards sitting out in the open. I'm telling you, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. The more you work on your delivery, the more money you will make. And I tell people, Billy, you got to practice on your delivery. When you hear people doing speeches Like I said, my channel is one of the only channels I can think of that just flies off the fucking cuff. I could talk 7 hours fucking straight. I don't need a teleprompter. I don't need to practice for no fucking speech, no shit like that. Because it's like, I'm used to talking to people. I've done it my whole fucking life. So I think this is okay. But when it comes time to selling rides to people, that's something you got to practice on. It's like a speech you got to give for a graduation or a speech you got to give to a crowd. Those people practice in front of mirrors. They practice in front of their kids at home. Hey, I'm going to use you as my test crowd. I'm going to say this speech, be my test crowd. And they practice on their delivery. It's okay to practice on delivery. When you're in your car by yourself, go through a scenario. Say, you know what? When I roll up, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell a motherfucker this and that. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work because they can come back with this. Okay, I'm going to say this. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. No, because it might be 3 people. Shit. All right. You know, I'm just going to be outside the fucking car. That way I could do it easier. And that's what Time to Wake Up does. I'm going to be outside the car. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? How y'all doing? And they're walking up to the car. They know it's this car. They know it's him. They see it's his picture. What's up, guys? Hey, guess what, man? I would love to do this ride, but the app is only paying me $21 fucking dollars, dude. Real shit. They only pay me 21. I do it, but man, I do it for like 55. Oh, 55 is cool, man. When we cancel it for you, cool. Now he sold it outside the car. If they declined him, they're not in. Like me, I have to do to get the fuck out thing because I don't get out of my car. So now I got another level of my delivery I got to deal with. He has a delivery that he doesn't have to deal with. Get the fuck out of my car. I have to do that. So it's like, you like Joe Potato can't read a teleprompter. I know it. And so when you do your thing, when you do your delivery, you've got to be like Time to Wake Up. You got to say, if I'm going to do it in the car, this is how I'm going to do it. If I'm out the car, this is how I'm going to do it. You've got to work on your delivery. This is sales. When you go working at the car dealership, they got sales meetings. When you go to real estate classes, they got sales meetings. When you got to do landscaping, you got to do roofs. When you got to sell HVAC systems, everything you do has a sales class with it. Rideshare made it way too easy for the fucking pigeons. Way too easy. There is no sale. The sale is made from the people at Uber and Lyft. The sale is made through the app, through the algorithm. The sale is made, hey, would you like a car with nice, comfy, clean space? We got a motherfucking Camry right down the street from you. So they already doing the sale for you. It's only $49.99. And the motherfucker shows up and you get like $20. And it's like, okay, they bought it for $49.99. You're getting $20 out of that. So they did the sale, so they're taking the fucking money. They sold you and they sold the deal, and you got played in the deal. Time to Wake Up. He does his own sale. Exactly. So I learned my lesson when somebody had to refuse to leave. Yet never again. And that's the thing. So you got to work on your sales pitch. If you want to make this money, like Time to Wake Up says, like everybody says, just like Yemen says, if you want to make this money, you've got to work on your sales pitch. You've got to go out there and say, hey, I'm an independent contractor. I'm not no fucking pigeon. These motherfuckers offer me $13 to take you it's like 45 minutes of driving right now. I had to drive to get here, and I got to turn around and go. I drove 15 minutes to get here. Now I got to do, 30 minutes. That's 45 minutes of driving. And they trying to give me $14, $15 for that. This is what I'll do it for. And you sell your pitch. You sell your pitch. And if they say, well, you know what? We just want to leave it on the app. Cool. No harm, no foul. I'll just cancel the ride. Oh, wait, you got to cancel it? Yeah, I'm going to cancel it. I'm not doing it. I just told you I'm not doing it for that price. But I gave you an option on what I would pay. Oh, well, shit then. Okay, let's do it at your price because I don't want to wait for another Uber. I had to wait too long. See? Now you got that money. You worked on that next level. You went to that next level of the sale now. Just leave it on the app. Okay, then I'll just cancel it for you. Wait a minute. You going to cancel it? Yeah, I'm going to cancel it. Oh, well, shit. How much you want for the ride again? See, that's how you working on your sales pitch. You can't just shut down. Know what can happen during this process. Know what can happen when people go buy a car and they say, well, let me call my wife first. Bruh, are you the man in the house or what? Has your wife ever bought a fucking expensive purse without calling you? Has she ever bought a dishwashing set without calling you? Dude, just make a decision. When you get home, you can argue the decision over when you get home and let her drive the car for the first couple of days and guarantee she gonna love this motherfucking Mercedes S500 you just bought without her permission. She's taking this bitch to her friend's house, to her cousin's house. And you're like, yeah, you're right. Buy the fucking car. Take it home. Hey, babe, I got a new Mercedes. You got what? You stupid motherfucker. We can tell you what, here's the keys. Drive it for a little bit. She'll come home. Man, I'm so glad you bought that motherfucker. I felt like a queen of that bitch. See? You made a decision to buy a car without her around. She's glad. You man the fuck up. You bought a car that she loves now. I'm going to go pick up Sarah. Cool, have fun. Gas that bitch back up. Don't curb check my shit. I just got it. She's happy you bought that motherfucker now. Do you know how many cars I've bought in my life? Like I said, I've been married a few times. And this is probably why I've been married a few times. I make decisions without letting motherfuckers know I'm doing it. So that's probably why I've been married a few times. Come to think of it. Marriage counseling 101. Do not buy a car without your wife's permission. No, but for real though, even my 28-year-old's mom, she bought a car without my permission. I didn't give a fuck. She had a Jeep Bronco. And actually, now that I sit here in 2024 thinking about it, Jen, if you ever listen to one of my podcasts, which you probably won't because we ain't like that, but if you ever do, I'm pissed off at you for selling that fucking Bronco. Think about how much that Bronco would be worth right now. That Bronco, she was in Salt Lake. It was a red and white Bronco. It had the maroon sides, white, two-tone. She didn't like it. I think it was a manual too. She didn't like the fucking Bronco. She didn't like it. So I came home one day and the Bronco was gone. She traded that motherfucker in for a gold Honda Accord. Yes, she traded in a fucking manual Bronco, like a 1990. Who the fuck knows what it was, for like a newer Honda Accord. It was already paid for. All she had to do was just go get the Honda Accord. I'd still have that Bronco to this day if she didn't trade that motherfucker in. But she made an executive decision. I wasn't around. She went, she bought her little Honda Accord. She traded in her. And I know the people when she was trading that Bronco was probably like, this girl has no idea what the fuck this is. This is like a legendary Bronco. It was a Ford Bronco 2. Legendary Bronco, manual and everything. Just need a little love on it. She traded that motherfucker in. I'm like, man, to this day, I'll be mad. I had that motherfucker outside to this day. Probably sitting on big ass 42-inch tires, lifted to the damn roof. Exactly. She traded that shit in. This is car salesman. See my mom coming a mile away. I know. That's funny shit. So I'm okay with that. Before I was 10, we were walking around the neighborhood asking to shovel snow and clean cars. Real shit. All right, Jeff, sitting out here at the Decline station at Quick Trip on Scottsdale. Have a good night. I know it. At the Quick Trip, like decline, kicking back, relaxing, man. And see, that's the thing, though. So I would always go buy a car, just drive it to the house, motherfucking nice ass car. You got a new car? Yeah, I bought another car. This motherfucker's nice. It's clean as shit. Can you afford it? It don't make a difference. I already bought it. So now I better afford it. I mean, I can't take it back. I bought the motherfucker. It's not you should have asked me that before I bought the motherfucker. It's like not after I bought it. Can you afford that? Kind of a late question. It's like, shit. It's like, we better get to working on that. So you let her drive it around, have fun with it. Now the car's a part of the family. It's kind of like getting the puppy. Nobody wants a fucking puppy until after the puppy licks him in the face. So you go. You get the puppy. You don't ask, can I go get a new puppy? You don't ask that. Like my mom, I used to go bring cats home all the time. I'll bring stray cats home all the time. I wouldn't ask, hey, mom, can I have a cat? I'd go get the cat, bring the cat home, have the cat in my room, have fun with it, everything like that, feed the cat, and she'd find out the cat was there a few days later. But by that time, the cat's already been around us, and I can pitch for the cat to stay there. And I had Onyx, Topaz, and Tigger. Onyx was the all-black cat. Topaz and Tigger were great. But that's how it was back then. Sometimes you got to make an executive decision. And it's the same way with sales. You have to make an executive decision in rideshare. We have way too many fucking pigeons in sales that don't know how to make an executive decision. They will take everything that comes on that fucking app, every single ride. Me, I make a decision. Do I have surge? How far is it? Do I want this ride? Do I want to convert this ride? I just want to just not even be bothered right now. You got to make executive decisions, and you only got so much time to do it because once that accept button goes away, it's gone. You got to make a decision right there on the spot. So train yourself on what to see when it's coming down the pipe. Train yourself on how many miles do you want to drive right now? Do you want to stay in this area? Is it going to be surging later? If so, don't take a 15-mile nature hike. Everything has to be under 5 miles because this is the area you want to be in. Make that executive decision as you're working in real time. As soon as that app hits, you already know this ride's paying me $15. It's going 32 miles, this and that. I want to sell this trip for at least $30. I want to sell it for at least 30. Make that decision already. There is no backing down. Now, I will say, remember the time that I said I was going to sell this one ride? I was going to sell this ride to this guy. And I said it on video. I said, you know what? This ride is all the way back to Tempe. I was at Westgate. I said, this is taking me all the way back to Tempe. But this shit, it ain't paying me shit right now. So I'm going to convert this fucking ride. But the guy walked up to the car, and I can tell he had like a speech impediment. He was kind of like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the ride. Because I just didn't think that sale was going to work. If it was anybody else, I would have tried to sell that ride. But I'm glad I didn't sell that ride, because if you remember on that video, his dad actually worked with the city governments down in Maricopa, and his mom worked with, like, labor departments and stuff like that. This was that guy I'm talking about. We chatted the whole time. I had the radio off, had all the windows closed so I can understand what he was saying. We had a great conversation. And when he got there, he tipped me like $30, $40. He tipped me like 30, 40 bucks. I can't remember. It was on the video, though. I did that video. He tipped me like 30, 40 bucks because he appreciated me picking him up from Westgate, bringing him all. So not only did I not convert the ride like I said I was, I took the ride, didn't try to convert. He appreciated the shit out of it. Tipped me an extra fucking like $30 on top of what I was paying already. So I ended up walking away with over $50, $60 off that fucking ride. That was only paying me like 20 bucks, something like that. And I remember, man, it was like, in that video, I was like, sometimes you just got to rock with the energy, man. Rock with the energy. And I was all ready to sell that ride. I was ready to sell it because I was like, man, this is a long ass ride all the way back. Man, I can't do that ride for that price. You know what? I'm going to have to sell it when I get there. As soon as I got there, I was like, yeah, we're not going to sell this ride. We're just going to do this ride. We're not going to sell this ride. It's a little different than I thought. He's lucky. Some people have it. This was the day he had an angel, because had he not had a speech impediment, I would have either sold his ass a ride or left him where he was. So when you think, oh, he's got like, a ailment, not an ailment, like a handicap or something, not even that, that's a disadvantage. Sometimes it could be an advantage for you, because I got to solve heart for people sometimes. So I got to solve heart, and there's no way possible I was going to leave this dude standing there. At that point, I didn't give a fuck what the ride was paying. I wasn't leaving him standing there. I got to solve heart for people. But if he was a regular person that talked crystal clear like me, oh, I'd have left that motherfucker standing right on the bush. Fuck you. I ain't taking you. Fuck out of my car. I'd have left him. Because if you are a normal, average, everyday person and you can walk, talk, do all this crazy, everything else, and you don't respect me and know how much money I'm making on this ride, you want to turn it down? Fuck that. Get out of my car. But this guy, I wasn't doing him like that. I got a heart for people like that. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And then when we got the motherfucker tipped me way more than what the ride was even fucking worth. I was like, sometimes, man, that's how shit happens, man. Just go with the flow of energy. Go with something. And it came out to be in both of our favors. I gave him my card and everything. And his dad and his mom never now he probably did contact me, but me, knowing my ass, I don't answer my phone. When it rings, I don't answer it. So it's like, I usually text people and stuff like that because I'm always busy. I'm on live streams. I'm recording shit. I'm doing stuff. So I rarely answer my phone. So they probably really did call. I just never answered it. It's like, I need to figure that shit out. Man. Keeps the pills. My brother was good. This is, what up, Jeff? You definitely make a great mindset for the barbecue. Man, this is what we do. This is what we do over here. See, I sold cars to dead finance. And if it wasn't for the stupid job, I would be business right now. All the people trust if you're genuine, you can convert and sell this ride. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mel, that shit, man. The guy had to take to the hospital. Man, yeah, this dude, I pull up, and this motherfucker, he got his hand, he's holding his hand like this. He was cutting something in the house, and the knife slipped and cut his fucking hand open. And so I could see like some shit was on his shirt or whatever, like a little blood. And he was like, and I was like, oh, man, I can't, do a ride. Like, he's like, oh, man, I don't want to, mess up your seats and everything, man. I said, you know what? Do you got a shirt, something you can wrap your hand in? So he took his shirt off of his thing and he wrapped his hand up even worse. About it. I mean, the hospital was just right down the street. So we driving and I'm talking to him, He's like, yeah, man, it just slipped. I don't know. He said, man, that kitchen looks like a murder scene. It's a lot of blood in there. He's like, I just thought it was going to stop bleeding, but it never stopped bleeding. So he already lost a lot of fucking blood. Little skinny white kid. So we cruise into the hospital. So I pull up to the door and he's like weak. You can see that he's in the back seat, just kind of like dazed a little bit. So I said, you know what? I'm going to help him out the car. So I get around. I help him out the car. I said, dude, let me help you out the car. He's like, yeah, he's a little shaky a little bit. Not a lot. He's not that shaky. A little shaky a little bit. So we walk in. As soon as the doors open and we walk to the doors, I mean, this motherfucker took one step. I wasn't ready for it. This motherfucker went straight down to his knees and bam, head hit the fucking. I was trying to grab him on his way down. And his bam, head hit the fucking floor. And he just started shaking a little bit and shit. I started rolling. And I'm like, fuck. So I grabbed him. I'm like, help. And the lady behind the counter, she came around. The one big dude came around. And I started sitting back up. And I was like, dude, bro. I said, bro, you okay? He said, yeah. He said, man. He said, I think I fell. I said, yeah, man, you just passed out and you fell, dog. So I'm sitting him up and I'm holding him up. So as he's sitting here, I mean, he's bleeding like a motherfucker. So I'm holding him up. And I'm like, dude, he cut his hand, man. He just needs this and that. And so they hurry up, they grabbed him, got a wheelchair, wheeled him out. and it was on his girlfriend's account. So I texted his girlfriend real quick and I said, hey, I just got him to the hospital. When I walked through the door, he fainted at the door. He passed out through the door. And she never messaged back, and I had to close the ride because I had to go somewhere else. So I closed the ride. I walked out. I did my next ride, and I'm thinking, well, it was his girlfriend's account. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to this dude, man. Like, the hospital don't know him. So I went back to the hospital. So I just turned my app off, went back to the hospital. So I'm talking to him. I said, hey, I'm the driver that just brought the dude in that fell out in the front. I said, here's my phone number right here. When he wakes up or whatever, just make sure that, oh, we got him in the back. You know, we got him stabilized. We got an IV in him and everything. He's cool. So I looked at the window and I can see him sitting on a bed or whatever. And he's like up. He's sitting in the bed. So he's alert now. And he's kind of laying back a little bit. I said, here's my number and everything. Just make sure, you know, he's cool. It's like, if he needs a ride home, if he needs something, tell his girl, here's my number. So I just left my shit there for him. But it's stuff like that happens in life, man. And you just kind of like, you have a heart for people sometimes. It wasn't about my car. Like, fuck my car. I mean, this dude, you know, he was talking about his kids and stuff in there and stuff like that. I mean, at that point, you don't even worry about your fucking car. You don't worry about the blood. You don't worry about nothing. And I think that's all minor at that point. I've been through a lot of shit. So I just had to get him to a hospital. There was no calling another Uber. There was no calling an ambulance. It wasn't to that point. It was like, luckily you in a fast fucking car. That's the point we were at. You lucky. And so I sped down the street. I looked, I see motherfucking no cars were coming, went through that fucking light, kept it moving. And I'm like, that's what you have to do sometimes. You got to kind of like weigh every situation different. Just like when I wanted to convert that one ride, and when he started talking, I said, I'm not converting this shit. And that's rideshare. You know what I'm saying? That's rideshare. And it's very different. It's very different for some of us who actually want to make money, but we also kind of have a heart with it too. I don't want to be a shitty person, but I know sometimes you don't want to be taken advantage of. And some of these students out here, they will take advantage of you. They'll, oh, you know, we got 5. We'll sit on somebody's lap. We'll do this. This is a $4 fucking ride. They're trying to take 5 people and they ain't going to tip you. People like that, no, fuck that. Walk. I ain't got time for you motherfuckers. I ain't. But then when you see the worst of the worst, you see people bleeding and you see this and that, and you say, you know what? I just want to be there for this person. And you kind of like, you don't put them in the same realm as you see a group of students that want to fuck you over. Like, you put them in the shit pile that they've been in, and you just work with what you got to work with. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah. It's like, man, see, I swear I agree with you, Mutant, on all points. What do you say? Say, I love these big tips that are more than the rides paid, showing that the apps are charging, that good tippers are paying based on their fee. Crazy. Yeah. And Mutated, you could put a custom tip in. That's what some people do. They just put a custom tip in. They don't go by 10%, 15%, 30%. No, they just put a custom tip. Hey, here's $40. Here's $30. And I love that shit, man. It's quick as hell. But yeah. No, man, this live was supposed to end at an hour and a half. We're at 3 hours. I got to end it because we got a big live stream coming tomorrow. I got to get up. I got to go meet Kev and Robin right now. So I got to run in here, shower up real quick. Man, I appreciate you guys for the super chats. Real shit. I appreciate y'all for the super chats because I probably won't get a chance to drive today. I got to go meet them real quick. But you guys are really taking care of me, man. Much love, much respect on that. I'm telling you. Dims, I got a big heart. Real shit. You do. I got a big heart. But I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for rocking with me on this live stream. Like I said, it was a quick one. It was just sporadic. But I wanted to let you guys know tomorrow, 3:00 p.m. is D-Day. This is going to be one of the funnest interviews, I think. Like, not an interview. Let's call it a conversation. It's going to be one of the funnest conversations we've had at the barbecue. Bring your popcorn. Don't be a fucking pigeon. Just bring your popcorn. Just don't be a pigeon. Bring you something to drink. It's going to be a minute. Pull the car over. Get ready to laugh a little bit. We're going to show the CEO of a corporation how we get down. We're going to have his ass laughing. That's all I know. We're going to have him cracking up. He's going to be like, man, I love working with you drivers, man. How can I get all y'all to drive for me? This shit's fun. We're not a bunch of shitheads. We don't like to be fucked with. We don't like people playing with our money, but we like to have a good time. That's what we do like to do. So if you're an executive out there, you want motherfuckers to have a good time with you, hey, yeah, 5 p.m. Central. Okay, it might be 5 p.m. Central. Because right now it's 6:30 p.m. right now in Arizona. So what time is it where you are? It's going to be 3 p.m. plus that. So right now it's 6 p.m. What Melvin say? The other segment is brought to you by Time to Wake Up. If you don't tip me, you'll get expired food condiments. This shit's funny. It's funny. All right, y'all. But like I said, I'm going to get off this thing. I got to go meet them real quick. I know they're probably waiting on me like, where the fuck is this dude at, man? You know how my live streams go, Kev. You know this shit, man. And you know this, man. Hey man, appreciate y'all. Like I said, much love, much respect on all the super chats, man. Gig it round. I'm gonna go check the cash app real man. Like I said, much love and respect on that, man. Y'all always take care of me on YouTube. Let's keep this channel energetic. Let's all grow our business. I want motherfuckers by the end of this year to have private clients to the point where we only turn on the apps when we're bored. That's how I wanted to be on this channel. I want people to say, hey man, I got enough private clients to keep me fucking busy. Everybody loves paying me straight up. I'm doing friends and barbecues and birthday parties and shit. I don't even turn on the app, man. I turn it on once in every blue moon. That's how I wanted to be at some point. When it comes to that point, we know we made a difference in each other's lives. Like I said, we're the collective conscious, man. Always at the bar. We bring all the smoke, motherfucker. We bring all the smoke. All right, man. Much love and respect. I got to get out of here. I got to go shower and go meet these people real quick. Y'all kept me going. All right, do something different. I'm going to hit you up too, brother. Y'all be easy out there, my man. Be easy.